Yeah, boy.
Response. Man, it was a hectic evening yesterday.
Man, yeah, yesterday was the bomb. Yeah? Planes playing field, you couldn't tell the difference, you know. Yeah, it was green before and it was green after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get more green now, eh?
Yeah, you get green.
Yes.
You had green with white lettering.
Yes, and
Yeah.
so it's just pure green.
Yes, indeed. So those of you who missed it yesterday, yeah, the New National Party had a very successful rally up there in St. Patrick at the Plains playing field. Yeah, very, very, very successful rally. I think this weekend we moved to Carriacou.
Carriacou this weekend.
Yeah, I haven't seen my list of meetings for today, so different constituencies, you'll have to call in and tell us exactly where you're having meetings today. Yeah, you'll have to do that early. You'll have to call us in and let us know. So you just make a note and repeat it. Nice? Yes, indeed. So, yeah, we'll be right back with Hard Talk for you in a short.
The house is a symbol for the NNP party. We're going green all the way. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. On election day. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. Green, we voting green. We voting NNP again. Exercise your rights and vote for us. NNP will always put you first. Positive achievement for the last 5 years. The goal is to keep moving up and up. I'm talking to you. Keep moving. Let the focus continue. Keep moving. Whoa. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. The right thing to do. Keep moving. Together me and you. Keep moving. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. Grenada standing strong. We voting with the little black man. We voting green. Green. We voting green. We voting NNP again. Victimization. To backpedal and reverse. The hole they put us in was too deep and dark. Tell them no way, we're not going back. We're going forward ever. Keep moving. Building up Grenada. Keep moving. Keep moving. We voting NNP again. The Imani program helping the youth of this nation. Keep moving. We voting NNP again.
Yes, indeed. So the phone number 440-7377. That's 440-7377.
347-329-3101.
You know, it's interesting listening to NDC activists talk. It's very interesting listening to them talk. I did study some psychology years upon years ago. I did study some psychology. It's very interesting listening to them talk. Last week, they had their rally, we had our rally, and the whole talk was, NNP only have people behind them because they had an artist. Well, we had our activity this week, and we had no artists. There was a gospel band, 2 gospel bands, yes, the gospel band, and so at the beginning, they performed, and so that's a standard operating procedure for the New National Party when we have rallies and so on. And I'm trying to figure out what response they have this time. Thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people. The entire playing field filled with people, as well as people out to the road and under the tents at the side and into the side road. So what's the response?
No.
Yeah?
They have nothing more to say.
Didn't have Barry Salmon there.
No.
We obviously did not bring Marshall Montano. Oh, that's the name he does go by now? Or Monk, Marshall Monk, or Monk, something or the other. Montano, I don't know. Anyway, but we didn't bring him or have any intention of bringing him. Yeah? Here other people might have intention of bringing him. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but not us. Yeah, but what's the response?
Well, I would just say that as it gets closer to March 13th, I mean, the nation is realizing the incompetence of the other side and what what they cannot do.
I think they're just realizing that once.
Well, I mean, no, but every day as it goes by, people, if they had to give them, well, a glimmer of hope, right, in terms of votes and so, they would withdraw all of that because of the performance while in opposition. Well,
or
not even opposition.
Lack of performance.
Or lack of performance, yeah.
Lack of performance.
And because they have not, up to this point in time, come to the Grenadian people and let them know what they're about. All they are doing is divide and create chaotic situations within our country. We have seen that over and over.
Well, see, that's the same situation. That's what they did within the party. That is why some people who were associated with the organization are no longer associated with the organization. Yeah, and that's why those individuals have removed themselves from the organization, and in some instances were removed from the organization.
Yep.
Yeah, but you understand what's going on with them? I mean, it's a hard thing when you have well, if you want to call him a leader, but you have a person in charge of the party who everybody wants to get rid of. And I mean, the Kennedy Vincent kind of connection.
Yeah,
we understand the play.
Yeah, that
we understand the play.
And I mean, at a critical time, at a juncture when even NDC themselves is trying to find where they are, ups come that scenario. Kennedy Roberts and Vincent Roberts, former candidate, right, of St. George's Northeast, happens to be the same constituency that the present leader is running, and the chairman of the party. Wow.
We read the play. Let's see who's on the phone.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Sheldon and Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
And you say next week you're coming to Carriacou, right?
Not next week.
Well, coming Bella Plainfield or Hillsborough Plainfield.
You will get details when details are available, sir.
Eh?
You will get the details when the details are available,
Okay,
sir.
my brother, and you all take care. NNP all the way.
All right,
my
All
friend.
right, good, my boy.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
4407377. I think we had another call on the line. No. Yes, we do. All right. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Calling for the program.
Yes, you're live. Go right ahead,
How are you
caller.
doing, Sheldon and Devon?
Yes,
Great.
my brother. Good morning.
All right, man. You know who it is, Sheldon. Sheldon, I just
Yeah.
want to bring back to the people in 2008 the way when NDC say they win election and the way they treat the Prime Minister, that wasn't good at all. I want the people to don't forget that and look and see who that NDC party, who they are. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right, my brother.
All right, my brother. Have a good day.
Yeah, and no, we know exactly when they speak about victimization. Dr. Mitchell himself, the present Prime Minister of Grenada and then opposition leader, in fact, even while he was still Prime Minister, was the first victim of... No, in fact, no, he was the second. He was the second. The first victim was the GIS staff. The first victims on the night of July 8, 2008, the first victims of the NDC when it comes to victimization, the first victims when it comes to victimization were the GIS staff. These individuals were working. They were doing the broadcast from the GIS office, and you had them escorted by armed individuals. These guys were armed to the teeth. Went in there and pushed them out of the building. They were working. One young lady, and she always puts up a reminder. One young lady, was put out from there. She didn't even get to take her asthma medication. You know, asthmatics must have their puff and that kind of thing for when you're having an attack. And sometimes if you're in a situation where you're frightened, that brings on an asthma attack for some people and so. And they wouldn't even let her go back in the building to get that. Even the keys for her house.
Let me ask you that now. The workers at GIS, weren't they not Grenadians?
Full-blooded, born-bred Grenadians.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Could show parentage and lineage and everything. And these individuals were treated like that. We have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Brother Scott.
Morning.
Brother Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
Just calling from St. George South to say thank you to the persons who would have turned out, the 200 plus persons who would have turned out in Kelly's on Saturday night. So a very wonderful meeting we had there. So we're just saying thank you, and we want to encourage them to keep moving. And also tomorrow to advise constituents that at 9 a.m. we'll gather at Vicky Crossroad, that's Woodlands Crossroad, where we'll have a procession to deliver nomination papers for our candidate, Brother Nicholas Steele, down at Cafe Junction. So that's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We gather there and we proceed from there down to the office, the parliamentary office, to deliver nomination papers. Let's keep moving.
All right, my brother.
Yeah, my friend.
All right, hello, my brother.
Hello.
Time get away. I wanted to find out which meetings they have this week. You can call me back and let us know which meetings you've got this week. All right. Another call.
Yes. Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Yeah, that's good.
Like the brother, I want people in the Northwest constituency not to forget what was done to the former Minister of Housing in 2013. That said, I want to understand something from you. I want to know if Mr. Vincent Roberts has brought in his brother in a subtle way into the party, maybe to assume leadership when Mr. Nazim lost his deposit.
Yeah, we're listening. You caller.
Well, I don't know. I want to know from you. Because I believe I'm reading in a kind of play like that too. Somebody cut that bend, but it doesn't break, you know.
He doesn't break.
You understand? So we have to watch them fellas. You understand?
That's the first time I hear that one.
Yeah, I tell you, family cut that bend, it doesn't break. You understand? You know. So maybe they have been plotting a long time, not now. You know. Watch them people. Have a good day, my brother.
All right, my friend.
Yeah, I hear NDC trying to talk about victimization. So after the GIS staff were victimized, locked out of the building, not even allowed to take their handbags and so, you had the situation where the Prime Minister was the next in line to be victimized. The next morning, the phone lines to the residence of the Prime Minister of Grenada were cut. All the phone lines cut. In other words, he isn't supposed to have communication with anybody. And they had not sworn in Tillman Thomas as the Prime Minister yet. So Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell was still the Prime Minister of Grenada. You had the phone lines to the Prime Minister's residence in this Grenada cut. But not only that, they went further. They went and they seized all the vehicles in the Prime Minister's yard. And I'm not speaking at Mount Royal, you know. I'm speaking at in Happy Hill. So they seized all the vehicles.
While he was still Prime Minister.
While he was still Prime Minister. They order the security detail off of him, off of protecting him. That same morning, they take everybody. So no security, no anything. And they went so far that they take vehicles until they took a vehicle that did not belong to the state. They take one vehicle that belonged to Dr. Mitchell personally, one of his vehicles personally. And they also took the vehicle of one of the guys that works along with him, who is now deceased, Cuddy. They took Cuddy's vehicle and all from in his yard. They take everything and they go with it. That was the way that they treated a sitting Prime Minister. So don't come to me with no story about victimization. Then you had the treatment of other staff that were working in various ministries. You had the victimization of Alan Campbell, Nicholas Nichols, Nazim Benjamin. Yeah? In Carriacou, you had Louise Joseph. And Kayaks, you remember her? Went on vacation. Everybody know Louise. Go on vacation in New York. So there is a meeting. Dr. Mitchell have a meeting up there. She attends the meeting. Comes back to Carriacou and is fired. Comes back to Carriacou and is fired. Simply because she attended an NNP meeting in New York. Got a letter. Dismissed. That's not victimization. That's not victimization.
Well,
Dr. Mitchell was Prime Minister of Grenada, not Prime Minister, Opposition Leader of Grenada. And that's why when certain people talking about who, nice, yes, she was on vacation. I just checked the chat. Yeah. And you had various other people. What about Roll Titus and what was done to him? where they forcefully made the man lose his job. Roll Titus, Tahiti. Everybody in Grenada know Tahiti. But they caused Roll Titus to lose his job. Don't come and talk about victimization. NDC want to tell people about victimization? Listen, Prime Minister Mitchell, now Prime Minister Mitchell, when he was opposition leader, you know Dr. Mitchell makes trips to the United States every now and again. Dr. Mitchell left Grenada. He went to the United States. So while he was in Brooklyn, he decided he wanted to get 2 shirts. So he went into a store and he bought a couple shirts. You know, on coming into office, the receipts from the shirts was in the special branch office. They sent a special branch officer from Grenada into New York to follow the opposition leader, to follow Dr. Mitchell. They take your tax dollars and paid for a police officer to go to New York and go and follow Dr. Mitchell around until the guy had down to the receipts, copies of the receipts from when he went and buy some t-shirts, some shirts, dress shirts, not t-shirts, dress shirts in the United States. And they want to come and talk about victimization? Come on. Nah, we ain't done there, you know.
I believe it's NDC you're talking about. No?
That same NDC. That same clear and present danger that facing Grenada right now. Maybe Dr. Mitchell doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't talk about it. They victimize him even further. They wouldn't give him his own passport. They said the passport had Prime Minister of Grenada on it. No. Diplomatic passports don't have which position you hold. It's a diplomatic passport. But it doesn't have Prime Minister of Grenada or Senator or government minister. So it has your name.
Yeah.
And it has your other biographical information as necessary on any passport. But it was that bad with the NDC. They wouldn't give him the passport. They say, no, he's going to go and masquerade as Prime Minister of Grenada outside. Then on top of that, they victimize his wife when she passing through the airport.
That was despicable. I remember
that was overly despicable. Yeah, they victimized his wife when she was passing through the airport. And they want to come and tell me about victimization under NNP. No, my list now starting. And all of this is what taken from my head. I have no paper in front of me with this one, as you all could see.
And you talking about what they did when they get into office to persons who are working with NNP. I go talk about what they did.
List. Hold on. We come into Devon list just now. You see, every 2 minutes you go to come in. Devon have another list. And that list is an extensive list as well. Because that list include him.
Oh my God.
That same NDC that talking about who does victimize and victimization and all kind of thing. No, let's have that discussion. These are the same people that victimized 2,000 young people for no other reason than they were in a program that was started by the new National Party, the Imani program. They victimize those 2,000 young people. They terrorize them and then they send every one of them home. After making promises to the contrary, they send them home.
Yep.
And you're going to tell me about victimization? I ain't going to even talk about me yet.
New Year present.
Let me let Devon go. Devon, tell them about victimization.
No, I mean, just watch. They like this thing. One, they like to peep a lot. They love to peep a lot. Right? I could tell you that from experience. Right? But they're talking about...
Patrick Simmons admitted to me that they had ways and means of reading what messages I had on my phone and that sort of thing back in the days.
Yes. Good
who
morning,
was the security consultant in the Prime Minister's ministry at that time?
Good morning, Mr.
At the time,
Vincent
I was
Robertson,
told that
Nigel.
That was the person. That was the person in charge of IT.
Yeah, and you know, they're talking about victimization. I mean, and it's Grenadians they're victimizing, eh? We go talk about what they did to their own supporters. Their own supporters, who they didn't expel. And the list goes on from Peter David, Chester Humphrey, Joe Gilbert, Colin Labarry. I mean, stalwarts of the party. Right?
Cannibalize their own people.
They ate them alive in that convention in SAS in 2012. They destroyed lives when they did that. They didn't just victimize them and expel them. They left them out without a job to feed their families. Imagine that. And they were bold-faced enough. But yes, all of you were part of it, from Tillman Thomas, Nazim Buck, Glenn Nowat, Patrick Simmons, Sylvester Coles. All of you were part and parcel of what went on in SARS when lives were destroyed. Look at the amount of persons from the different constituency branches.
Let me call name who was victimized. Messi. Scott. Dixian.
Terrence. Well,
call name.
Me, Devon Romain.
Devon Britton.
They
went to the stage where they was trying to fire Devon Britton from the BNTF.
Imagine that.
They victimized the man.
And then you talking about the amount of families that were affected by these decisions made by these cowards. Yeah, I call all you cowards because you all couldn't face us and tell us or even discuss things that affect this country. But instead, you want to talk about victimization? You guys destroyed families.
Man, they victimized the business sector in Grenada. How did they victimize them? They took goods and services from the business sector and did not pay them in a timely manner, which caused some businesses to go under and a lot of other businesses to end up in danger of going under. Be it the persons who supplied building material, or be it, as a business, the farmers who they had 4,000 for here, 6,000 for there, 12,000 for there. Farmers, who need that money now to go back and buy planting material, who need to get fertilizer if they're doing fertilizer, who need to go and buy farming implements or to transport their goods from the point of where they have produced it to the point of sale. And they didn't pay the farmers. They won't pay in the farmers. So they victimized the farmers too. Don't come and try like, oh, they were so good and nice to farmers. They victimized the farmers too.
And they victimized all sector. But what? Sheldon, but let me just tell the people a little thing about my personal thing. I want to get personal here. They talk about victimization to the highest. Imagine that. I used to work in the Ministry of Tourism as a facility officer. One morning, a Tuesday morning at that, after the Monday cabinet meeting, I went to work, went into the office, go to the accounts department to deliver some of the things from tourism and whatever. And I was told by the PS secretary that I was needed in the PS office immediately. So I told her, I said, look, I have to do something in the accounts. She said, no, the PS, which is Mr. Austin Cardo at the time, she said, ordered me to the office to come right there. When I got there, there were about 4 or 5 women, senior officials within the Ministry of Tourism. Good morning, Madam P.S. Lima Frederick. Yeah. She was there. She witnessed what went on. I was told in no uncertain term that with immediate effect, the Cabinet Secretary, right, sent a letter stating with immediate effect, you are no longer, your service is no longer needed by the Ministry of Tourism. You have been terminated.
No, this is not an NPI. No, this is actually an executive member of the NDC.
and it gets worse, I had to surrender every single piece of document, clean out my computer. And what was more embarrassing, before I reached to Annandale, which was one of the facilities I was seen after, and in Granite, before I reached there, and there are a lot of workers who can testify to that. One of them is spare. They, within the space of an hour or two, they change every single locks in Annandale and Granitang. When I got up there, I had to ask for my belongings. Imagine that. In the space of 1 or 2 hours, they embarrassed me, they humiliated me, and they left me to just in the wind. And you talking about persons who care. Yes, Nazim Buck. I'm talking about you and Tillman Thomas and all of you who sat in cabinet
and made that
decision. Imagine that.
You should see some of the cabinet conclusions. Let's take this call, Devon. Let's take this call.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well, look at victim.
Not too bad. Just good.
Well, because yesterday was fabulous.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, listen. I just want to say first that we have tomorrow a meeting, public meeting in Numperel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we want to invite all the people on Numperel. We had a good meeting on Saturday night. The Prime Minister made his big entrance, and so, influenced by Shai, that was good. So we want to thank everybody who came out. And tomorrow, which is nomination day,
Hello.
we will mash up the place. We will mash up the place in Victoria with our candidate, Clarice Modest. But let me tell you, let me tell you something. Driving, I realize my credit yours on, so I'll put up with a call back. I must call back.
All right, call back.
I don't want to start and I get cut off. So give me a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
So man. Let's take the other call behind that one time.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Listen, man, I'm calling from Carrico. I'm saying this with no apology. Fire burn NDC Devon.
Oh gosh, let me don't go down there. Let me don't go down there. Yeah. Yes. Hey, so morning to you, Kendra, Matthew, and Stuart. And yes, we will be seeing you on Saturday.
Yes, we will be.
I might see you a few days before Saturday,
before
but
that,
yeah,
know?
Definitely on Saturday as well.
Yeah, but you know, but Sheldon, it must be said. It must be said. Let the Grenadian people understand.
I don't think a lot of people realize all these things went on. I don't think they knew of the story of what took place. The receipt. Dr. Mitchell go in New York, the man buy a shirt, some shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Grenada, the receipts inside the special branch office. I know what they do. They destroy a lot of files before.
Oh, yeah.
Before. They had equipment inside there where they were listening to people conversation from 2 miles off. Yeah?
And they want to come and talk about victimization.
You guys talk. That's why they're flying drone now.
You guys destroyed families. No wonder why. I mean, people watching you guys with scorn.
Let's look at, for instance, the gentleman who was the contractor for the building of the Bacalet Youth Rehabilitation Facility. God. This gentleman went through hell.
When I hear the story of that gentleman,
you should see the cabinet conclusions and the discussions that took place in relation to that under the NDC government. And then you just know who was the good people in the cabinet and who was the evil people in the cabinet. And I could tell you this, the ones who were saying all the bad thing and all the malicious things, they're still in the NDC. They're still in the NDC. But the ones who were saying, no, let us look for amicable solution. We're dealing with human beings here. They're over in the NNP now. Yeah? They pressured that man simply because they saw him as an NNP activist. They pressured the man until the man nearly lost his home, his business, down to his family. He nearly lose every single thing. Thank God for 5 years ago today.
Today, the
19th of February. Yes, today's the anniversary. 19th of February.
5 years ago.
2013. So 5 years ago today. Today's the anniversary.
Today's the anniversary.
The new National Party put that whipping on the bad mind people.
The Grenadian people came out and said, look, you guys worth nothing. Only there to destroy lives and destroy the country on a whole. Get out.
Just take note, I did promise I'm going to play some audio today, and I will be playing that audio today. Yeah, I did promise, and I will be playing that audio today. Maybe about 11 or just before 11, we'll be playing that audio, yeah. You will realize why NDC is doing, how they're doing, why they're doing. Right? Nice, yeah.
Sheldon, I see.
Voices ain't lying, huh?
I see men, comrades who supported NDC, had to go and beg for their jobs, beg for something to do in 2012 and 13. You understand? To support their families. Persons who gave up everything before 2008. You understand? They had to beg. Imagine that. And then you come in and talk about victimization.
NDC talk about victimization, no? 2,000 Imani trainees could tell you about victimization. 2,000. Let me just, even if I just want to forget all the Nazim and all the other people.
Look at that.
The victimization at Terrence Forrester and his family. Yeah? Right. Simply because at the time he was an NNP activist. But they ain't talking victimization with him now, though.
No.
They ain't talking victimization with him now.
They want to cuddle with him now.
Because you walking around telling people vote for him, and if they vote for him, vote for NDC. Yeah, so they ain't talking about it. All of a sudden, there's good for him. The same people that nearly destroyed his family's livelihood with that dialysis treatment center.
Exactly. Early
Walking
too.
around now and telling people vote for them. Yeah.
Early too.
Yeah.
And you guys better don't let people start.
Victimization. Yeah?
Talk about you care about Grenadians. No, you don't care about nobody.
Care?
You destroy people. That's what you did. You like some of the animals that turn around and eat their own.
Cannibalized.
They cannibalize. I mean, oh my God. I'm sitting here talking to you guys and imagine.
The tears
coming to my eyes. I mean, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. From Nazim Bok come down, and I could call his name because he was part and parcel.
And these people have the gumption to go and stand on a platform and talk about victimization.
And these guys, they full up.
You all hear they talking about they go deport me, they go deport me, they go deport me. They tried that too. Dunce.
They tried to put you on a plane.
They tried that too. While we were in opposition, I had my shop up in St. David. I see this white bus pull up with a P license plate on it. No markings on it otherwise. A white bus pull up. See this guy jump out. Well, I knew the guy as a police officer from Interaction. I think he used to work when we have little functions for Youth Pulse and so in the Ministry of Youth. He used to be around sometime displaying drugs and these kind of things. So I see he come to me. Say, good day. I'm officer so-and-so. And we have a report that you're illegally in Grenada. So I watch him like, wait now. So you ain't know me? He say, yeah, I know you. Yeah. But we have a report that you're here illegally.
Yeah, the man working on orders.
Say, he come, no head, hear this. Yeah, I'm telling you how the story go. He say he got a report and he come. All right.
Oh, God.
I say, listen now, I have my passport, you know, me know what you talking about. This is not the first passport, this is about the third passport that I have, Grenada passport that I have.
Exactly.
So, he said, well, I have to see that passport. I said, but wait, not immigration you say you come from? He said, yeah, but I says, immigration that issue my passport is not another department, it's not customs, give me the passport. It's not the Royal Grenada Police Force, give me the passport.
Or Foreign Affairs or whatever.
It's immigration, give me the passport. So you couldn't just simply check the files down there before wasting your time and come up here to come and find out if I is a Grenadian. Oh, me want to hear that to know. You're under arrest. I say, well, me ain't going no way. If you want to place me under arrest, that's your business. You could go down SS. You can't get where you want to come and come back. But me ain't going with you. So afterwards, I decided that, yes, I'm going to show him the passport. So I left the shop and I went over to the house. And there are people that could verify everything that I'm saying here. There are people in Beaton Lafemme could verify everything I'm saying here right now. Because it took place in public. I went over to the house now to get the keys to open the safe and take my passport out. Because I had it in a safe at the shop. But the keys for the safe were home. So I jump in the bus with them. I go over to get the keys. The man stand up outside with a gun, waiting to shoot me down if I look to run out the hill, like I'm going and run away or some kind of thing. All of this take place under the NDC. Eh? I'm telling you the kind of individuals we're dealing with. And I want every one of you who was born outside the state of Grenada and are registered, are on the voters list, and have a franchise to know exactly the kind of people you're dealing with. Simply because I was a person, I didn't even have a talk show yet, and I used to call programs and so, and sometimes I used to go on with Alan for a little day. He might say, come in and talk with him for a day, and that kind of thing. The man stand up outside with a gun to shoot me if I try to run. So I simply go and get the key and I come back. And I trying to open the safe, but the safe was giving some problem. It was one of those combination lock safe. You use the key, but you had to put in the combination. And that one used to give some trouble. So it gained some trouble. Oh, you lie. You're under arrest. Let's go. And the intention was, and that was actually a glorious Saturday, which is the day after Good Friday. They wanted to arrest me this Saturday, lock me in a cell for the Saturday, the Sunday, the Monday, which would have been Easter Monday, and then sometime on Tuesday, I would have get to come out from inside the cell. That's what they wanted to do to me. That same NDC that playing there is higher than high now, and they don't victimize people.
Yeah,
that same NDC. Here I go. A few months later, trying to leave the island, get to the airport. I'm a ticket, everything going through. Right. Get to the counter. When I get to the counter, the immigration officer checks my passport. He says, okay, right, you could go. As soon as I make 3 steps, he say, hold on. Say, no, you're not allowed to leave the island. I say, what do you mean I'm not allowed to leave the island? He say, no, look, we have you on a list here. You're not allowed to leave the island. in this Grenada like if I was a member of ISIS.
What?
Because the same Patrick Simmons and them went around saying that we had stolen a pile of equipment from the ministry. And then they sent a note to the airport saying that I was looking to run out of the country. Me, looking to run out. I was simply going to attend a wedding in Suriname, passing through Trinidad. Not going in Trinidad and staying, passing through Trinidad on my way to Suriname. And that is what they did to me. That's just some of what they did to me. They had me on a no-fly list. I left though. That very same night I left. I made sure that was a Carnival Tuesday. That's the one that rained out. I can't remember if it was 2010 or 2011. I'm trying to remember which one off the top of my head. But these are the kind of things that the NDC did to people in this place. Don't let them watch you like if they're all innocent and all kind of thing. I could tell you something. After that happened, I met Peter David at Juve morning. I met him, not Juve morning, some activity it had on the Port Highway. And I met Peter. I said, Mr. David, look what they did. And he stand up. And you could see like the tears want to roll out his eye. Like how you could do this to somebody. That same Peter David stood up there in total shock. How they could do something like that to somebody.
That's the lengths these guys are prepared to go.
And then they just want to go and say, Pedro is the bad one.
Yeah. But look at what they did. They almost destroyed Prime Minister Tillman Thomas while he was in office. You know?
They lose his passport and all.
They lose his passport.
That's for not giving Dr. Michel Leon. They want to lose.
they make him sign MOU and then say he shouldn't sign it. Yeah, and the allowance for you. Good morning.
The victimization and all.
Yeah, I want to give us some information for St. George Northwest.
Yeah.
Thursday, the 22nd of February, Dr. Kit Mitchell, our candidate, will be having a meeting in Cherrill Junction at 7 p.m. We are asking the residents of St. George Northwest to come out and listen to the plan that Dr. Mitchell has for the future development of St. George Northwest, all right, in Cherrill Junction. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say, when you look at NMP, all right, NMP has a track record of where they put people first. In opposition and in government, they put people first. Let us look at healthcare. The implementation of the National Health Insurance Scheme for improvement for all. You have the completion of the phase 2 of the General Hospital, the rebuilding of Carlton Home. You have the commencement of the Guav Health Center, the retrofitting of 4 health centers. So you see what NMP is doing in health? Right? The care, but what NDC stopped all this health thing from going forward. NMP came and had to do it because you see, NMP care and they love people. Let us look in housing. You know where NDC giving up housing. NMP building housing unit. The 353 housing unit was handed over in 2016. Construction of a further 647 to commence, and this already started. It started. Right? That started right now. You have the staff loan and home improvement program for hundreds of people that benefit from that. So you see, who cares? NMP don't care, but the demonstrator care. Well, NDC they put people forth. But if you say they put people forth, but you want to stop all this thing. When this thing happen, when NMP do this thing, who benefiting? All the people are going there. So you see, we walk, and we talk. NDC only talk,
all right,
and they don't act.
All right, brother.
So, Brother Sheldon, say God bless you all. You all have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.
Friend.
4407377. Yeah, we have stories. We could give you stories that would take up the entire week. What was done not only to NNP people, but to some NDC activists. And now you're wondering. And that's why we say, members of the New National Party, when you see them coming, hold their hand and bring them in. Don't watch them and say, don't come now. Don't take that stupid approach. Yes, I say it's stupid. That's a stupid approach. When you see the members from the NDC looking to leave and come over, it's the abuse that they get in that organization.
Brace them and
it's the abuse they get
to come in.
Businessmen, the health sector in Grenada. We move from having an elevator to able-bodied men to bring people upstairs. Ask yourself why you doesn't hear from Ann Peters. Ask yourself that question.
Very quiet.
Yeah, ask, and you know she's not a quiet lady.
Oh no, she don't.
But ask yourself why you doesn't hear from her.
You know, and
Yeah.
and then they turn around and want to say all kind of garbage about Peter David. Peter David is one man. I can testify to anyone about standing up for those who couldn't have a voice in NDC. That is why he lost he basically had to resign, because he could not tolerate the hypocrisy and the wickedness that was going on in cabinet, in the government, and in the party. He had to speak out against it. Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to thank the people of Southwest St. Andrew who turned out in Carroot on Wednesday night and in Ford on Saturday night. We had two very successful meetings.
Mm-hmm.
However, our meeting in Ford was disturbed. Right? Our meeting in Ford was disturbed by a gentleman from that area who is carrying all the placards and posters of Mr. Collis on his vehicle. This is the second time that this gentleman is interrupting activities of the new National Party.
It is an offense reported to the Royal Grenada Police
Police
Force.
was there, but I'm telling you, on the first occasion, we had the barbecue by Mr. Mason's resident in Grand Bras. A drummer was performing. The man came there and he physically handled a drummer, damaging the man's mouth. On Saturday night again, he was coming up on the stage where our candidates and on the platform, the police had to restrain him. You understand? When you look at that kind of behavior,
That is mental behavior, man.
you understand?
That's not normal.
And the desperation is, man. So I'm making a clarion call to Mr. Collis, because the man lives in Southwest. He's carrying all your posters on his vehicle. Nobody interferes with him. Nobody tells him nothing.
Call his
Well,
name.
to call the name, and you could call the name here
Yes,
because you have witnesses to what took place.
Good. Call his name.
Good.
Right. Don't be afraid.
It is public knowledge.
Is
Mr.
my partner to call his name?
Yeah,
You
good.
have witnesses to what take
Oh
place.
yeah,
We don't
I
afraid.
mean,
You can't sue
I
us.
I'm not slandering anybody. I'm not
can't sue us.
not liable. We had hundreds of people there who witnessed the man's behavior, and I'm saying that this gentleman is targeting the activities that are happening in Southwest, and he physically damaged a Jamo in Mr. Mason's place. A Jamo could testify to that. The man was singing. He come and he cuffed the mic and the man's mouth. This man.
That is assault, and he's supposed to be arrested. The police need
You
to
understand?
do
And I
their
think we're
job.
going easy on him. You know, we are going very. The police try to restrain him, take him back to his van, let him go away without charge or anything. So I'm making a client call, Mr. Collis. This man represents you. He's carrying all your posters on his van. Please ask him to stay away from the activities of other political parties. You understand?
Okay, brother.
And tomorrow morning, right, I would like all the residents of St. Andrew Southwest who is available to come to escort Miss Horsford to the electoral office for nomination, right? We'll be going up from her residence to the electoral office from 9 o'clock in the morning. We're asking all residents of Southwest St. Andrew who can make it to be present. Okay?
All right.
Thank you very kindly, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
440-7377. And Prime Minister did touch on that sort of behavior
yes,
last
he did.
night. You did have one NDC activist going in Dabo and getting into an altercation with another NNP member and so on, and other NNPites jumping in to defend that person. So, yeah, listen. If you know you want to go, because you might come around, NDCite might come around because they're interested in hearing what's going on. Sometimes you want to hear two sides of the story. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with you coming and listen. But when you're going around with the intent to cause a disruption, that is illegal. You can face the courts for such behavior. Yeah, you cannot go and attempt to disrupt the meeting of another political organization. Be it an NNPite going to an NDC meeting or an NDCite going to an NNP meeting. It is wrong.
It is wrong. It's
Yeah?
outright wrong. And he
If
has
you're
to
going
stop.
there to disrupt it is wrong.
Yeah. If you go in there to listen, to pay, to be part of it, hey, you are Grenadian. Listen attentively, hear what they have to say. But once you go into disrupt, whether you NNP or NDC, don't. It is not good. It is dangerous. All sorts of things can happen when you behave in that type of way. We don't want that divided Grenada.
That sort of behavior, that sort of attitude is why 5 years ago they went out of office.
Exactly.
And why about 21 days or so from now, they will stay out of office too. And out of parliament. Yeah? After that, they could even go out of the country. Well, we have a caller online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning to you, my brother.
Yes. Well, just two things. First of all, I just like the Prime Minister's sentiments last night of the NNP supporters. Please, I'm speaking to every one of you. Do not go anywhere near.
My friend, you need to keep the phone close to you. It seems as though you're drifting.
Or maybe they full stop meeting, because there's a full stop they have. Anyways, I was looking at this NDC ad. No, well, not really looking at it, but I'm trying to watch a movie the other night. My God, every 5 minutes,
Caller, hello. Caller.
Every 5 minutes in the movie.
Hello.
An NDC ad.
Okay, you're not listening. Yeah, so because we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
I don't know if it's your phone. I don't know if you're talking on speakerphone. If you're using hands-free, please don't do that. Don't call the program on hands-free. Use the phone and call, because we can't hear you. And here I am trying to interact with you to tell you that, and we can't hear you. So I had to end the call. I'm sorry about that. You'll have to call back. All right?
Good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Calling with me.
Hello? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You're on air, man.
Yeah, let me just,
You're live.
Let me just go on this side. I want to stop and let me just go on, because police charging you these days for having your phone.
Yeah.
Yes,
So let me just stop on it. Yes. I was saying that I heard about the victimization part of it. And as Devon rightfully said, all of us could testify. I'm telling you. To call your name now, be on the platform and Miss what's her name of this?
Miss Moses.
Miss Moses platform, because people need to know. Miss Ann John came into BNTF and issued me a letter. She signed it. I had to laugh when I see. Poor job. She didn't know better. That my contract would not be renewed. I still have it, you know. I still have it. That my contract would not be renewed. If you know the processes of the public service, that letter has to come from the permanent secretary. If they make a submission to cabinet, and the cabinet has to send a message to me, a letter like that, the permanent secretary, which is Timothy and Twine at the time, had to sign that letter. So when she gave me the letter, I laughed. No reason, no reasoning. After that, I heard this foolishness about what I had catering company. Lord me, but at least they see I could have done something. I had catering company, and I was doing this and that and the other with this. I tell them come with the facts, because I want to make a little money from them for the election campaign, for the election season. So I want them. I'm still waiting on them to come with the facts. And I tell them that I want them, if they continue to call me, I'll take legal action against them, including the leader of the party. But to say further, my daughter was 1 year old, right? When this wicked NDC people and them decide to give me a letter to go. Not even thinking that you have a family, that you have a child to take care of. All they had in their mind was to remove people who they thought was not supportive of Nazimov. And I had personal experience with even Nazimov himself, in that in the GBSS auditorium, when they asked me to go for Assistant General Secretary, Nazimov word to me was that we had to balance it. Stupid me, I didn't know what was going on. I'm happy because I want to work for party. You understand? So when Nazimov realized that me and Peter Davis had to be tight and working together, then Nazimov started to treat me a certain way. The Vice Department of Finance didn't even call me. You understand? He don't even call me one time, and I will say that for the first time on your program. Devon, remember when the people placed burning in Grenville market?
Yeah.
I was in the office one day, and I got a mail, a circular from the party showing Abigail, Simon, and Peter. They immediately went up there, I think the same day. After the party PR put out a little PR stating that, the party respond to what happened over there. Normal thing to show, that you're on the ground. That you. So I did in the office, my phone call, Nazim Bok. Who prepared this thing? Because I sent it to everybody email. As a party promo, who prepared this thing? I said, well, I don't know, I just get it and I just share it because I think it's good PR for the party. The man told me, anyway, do not send him this rubbish. Don't send him this rubbish. What? How do you put him? I don't even know what to say. My mouth open. And that is the nature of Nazim Bok. What he pretends to be publicly is different from what you experience privately with him. Don't send him this rubbish. People suffer in vendors. Whether you feel that you should have been in the picture or whether you feel whatever the thing, though that time was not it. And to know that people was getting paid late, to know that the economy was in free fall, all these things you choose to take the time when you should be concentrating on saving the economy and saving jobs and making sure people have money in their pocket. You could find the time to tell me, don't send me rubbish that what your party put out and your deputy political leader at the time. You see hypocrisy? You see wickedness? These people, and then he realized, me and Peter started to work together now. I started to organize Western Side, we started to organize buses, and so forth and so on. The man just easily sidetracked me, and that's what I tell you. It was about supporting the perceived that I was supporting Peter, and that is why the letter came. So what Devon go through, what Terrence go through, what all them guys go through is no different than what I go through. I still read it, and even Miss John, when Miss John took over in BNTF, right? They wheeled the thing around to make her in charge. CDB wasn't happy. Miss John come in the dead of the night with a maintenance man and change the lock on the door. So when we come in now next morning with the key, door lock. You know something?
They like to do that.
I'm telling you, I experienced that, and I say, what the hell is that? I say, I've been supporting that party for years. Since in school, dearly, who and who. I've been supporting that party for years, and that is how your party treating you. You give me a letter, say you're firing me. No justified reason. Because you feel like supporting somebody in your same party.
They're wicked.
Do that something. When these people pull out the mic, I was right there. From the pastor, Stanford Simon face in St. Andrews, in that convention where they expel 9 of them. I say the ordinary people of Grenada light candle on the head for that. Black candle. In other words, and Sheldon might not want me to say that, but the old people drag the bam bam on NDC from things that happened, disrespecting the man of God. And the most hurtful thing about it is that Nazim sit down right in the back there. Nazim sit on a table in the back there. If you see the video, rubbing his head and not saying a word. And that is what he used to do when we was in executive meetings. I will tell you one thing again. With a meeting in office, Prime Minister Kit in opposition, and Nazim have an obsession with Kit for years, for long. And he does finance minister and deputy leader, and he said, all Nazim, all Kit studying is the bourgeois in the south, and look at what Kit is having, and how much t-shirts, how much this, how much that, how much all these other things. Ali Gill stop him. He said, Mr. Buck, at least Kit studying somebody, but NDC does studying the rich in the poor. Shut him up there. No, Jerry. I mean, I don't know if Devon was there. There's something. And that is what, you see, we there in meeting and we sitting falling. Even the journey and them who are mouth, no, I just laugh at them,
Them in a mouth.
Before when we were doing things in the party, when we were working, they come in, folding foot and stretching them out long. They don't even say that a word from start to end of the meeting. They come in to support Nazim.
That was Nazim girl. She and she sister.
They come in that position by accident, Nazim had his thing planned long, how he want this thing to run. Nazim tell me, he said, Britain, I just laugh at them when I be in me back. He said, when they think are 3 steps ahead, are 5 steps ahead of them. Look at me, I didn't know what. I mean, it's after when I start getting the wrath of the men and thing too. I realize what's going on. So when you see an executive meeting done and they reach outside and they show in, when they see a passing Nazim and them and the same the one against them and Vincent, they stand up in a clique. When I pass, they rush into the pass, you know.
You can't listen to what they're saying. You can't listen to what they're saying.
Their thing is to control from the outside. Nazim go instigate another thing. Nazim is the biggest instigator you have. Nazim taking his back and he pushing everybody. He pushing everybody, but that work against him. Yeah. Because he's in the right position of bullseye. Bullseye, now. And people don't forget, listen, even NNP people vex with Nazim, you know, how he treat NDC people, you know.
Of course. Because we all Grenadians.
People don't forgive, even though he want to play clean and say, he's a man, he make you do dirty work and he's saying clean. But in the end, everybody know who is behind that. And it's no accident Nazim which is today. Because poor job, Tillman did know better. Everybody doesn't Tillman think. What am I to tell Mr. Prime Minister Tillman? Mr. Prime Minister, you don't know what's going on in the country. You don't know what's going on in the government. I won't say what it is, but I had to talk to Tillman one time. I went to the office. And PM had to tell me, you don't know about that. I said, Mr. Prime Minister, you don't know what's going on? You know. So while people saying that Nazim never was Prime Minister, he did not name Prime Minister, but Nazim was behind running everything until they say, a past minister to me, I could call him Church. He said when they in cabinet room, all man joking each other because with Tillman supposed to be at the head table, Nazim pushing him out, bringing up a picture and pushing him out and pushing Tillman this side. You know, all this kind of man joking one another in cabinet. I think, what? Let me tell you something. It will be a travesty. I can't see. But by some miracle, NDC come back in power. God help us in Grenada.
All right, brother.
God help us. I tell you that. And I'm working, Devon, and we working to make sure that never happens.
That never happens.
That could never happen. We have already 15 seats already. As a matter of fact, I know they go lose. You know, they're just trying to save themselves from the 15 seats. Even the reward.
Well, it's time for me to play the audio. All right. It's time for me to play a piece of audio.
Okay.
All right, my brother.
All right, my brother.
Let's go.
Victimization. Man. You talk about even the Prime Minister and all victimize people. Yeah, former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas. He did it too. Man. You understand?
But, Devon, I think it's important though, because I did promise I'd play some new audio today.
Yes, definitely.
And just to place it in context, it's a voice note that has been going around to NDC activists. And it explains a lot, And let's see what you could pick out of this particular one. Let's see what you want to have here. Nice.
Good morning, comrades. Let me try to give some guidance to the concept of Touchdown Sundays. Touchdown Sundays is part of the psychological warfare. It's a psychological warfare. It's intended to touch down in a particular area in mass and do mass mobilization, sweeping mobilization. So numbers are important in the sense that we want to gather in a particular spot to show force, to show strength. Having done that, the idea is to knock on doors in a guerrilla warfare type of activity and to ask for the vote for the particular candidate and for the party, to distribute literature, and at the same time to record or document the number of persons who say yes, they are going to vote for the candidate and the party, those who say no, are they voting for NNP? If there are people who express that they are undecided, and if there are people that say they're not voting. So we need to take names and telephone numbers so that the candidate in the area can match what we found while going out in the field with his own information about the persons as it relates to whether or not they are NDC and will be voting, NNP, undecided, etc. So it's not to do what the candidate normally does and not to take over his role and the team's role in terms of doing the regular work, but is to enhance and to show some strength and to be a catalyst in that sense. Remember, the day was decided on because we realized we can't do a rally every Sunday. And so when we can't do a rally, we do some extra work. We bring our troops together, we rally them, we motivate them, we bond together. So gathering on one spot is important so that the public could see great visibility, giving the proper instructions, and then going out in the field. So if we choose 2 or 3 particular areas, we choose leaders, and then the team that is going out is further divided in 2. In other words, 2 persons go to each door together. Thank you. I hope this brings some clarity.
Yeah, we hope that brings some clarity.
Yeah, the pipeline, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the pipeline, man.
The pipeline, in the pipeline.
In the pipeline.
Yeah, Glenn Noel.
Now, what you just heard is a note that's been shared around to the various NDC activists, because you hear them often speaking about the touchdown Sunday. Now, what he has admitted there is that the party is facing serious financial problems in that they cannot stage a rally each Sunday, because you realize this Sunday they didn't have a rally. They had a meeting up in Petit Martinique. And we're going to come to the meeting in Petit Martinique and why they go in Petit Martinique and so. But at the end of the day, it shows that they cannot effectively manage the political organization. It says that. And it's between 2 things. Is either he's lying to the activists of the NDC by saying, well, look, we don't have money, so we can't have a rally, but we need to keep we people motivated. So we need to bring them out to different location, and then you realize they say, let me go Cameron Park, let me go here. A bunch of them was up in Telescope. They had little cook here, little cook there, trying to keep the troops motivated because they cannot stage a national rally. Yep. As we are get at too. I have a lot more, I'm now getting warmed up. I have a lot more.
So you see the lengths that they are prepared to go. When we played the tape for you last week about they are trying to sabotage the election, you thought we were joking, right? You thought it was a sham, but we have more.
We have a lot more, and no start. Yeah, we have a lot of beautiful bean footage to run. Yeah, so they could go around and they could say what they want, but at the end of the day, that is their voice. You hear him. And he's saying that they cannot have a rally every Sunday. So they can't afford to do that. So when they can't afford to have the rally, what they're doing is they're having these things where they're coming around and they come in and ask you to vote for them. So they're coming to your house and they come in and knock. They now know you. You understand? They just know you. So they come in around in numbers. And you hear psychological warfare,
Guerrilla warfare.
Guerrilla warfare, the kind of terminology being used, psychological warfare and guerrilla warfare,
This man's still in combatant mood. You understand? I mean, I know you was a young activist during the revolution, trained and everything like that, but no, it's not time for that, Mr. Noel.
Oh, yeah, getting too old for that, just. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Morning, Devon. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm just calling to tell Naughty St. George's, get ready for tomorrow morning. We're mashing up the place tomorrow morning.
All right.
Okay.
Where are you starting from?
Ready.
Where are you starting from?
They go serve later on.
Okay, no problem.
Get ready, tell them get ready. We're mashing up the place tomorrow morning. Let these gorillas and them get aside.
Guerrilla warfare, all right. Okay, with you. Yeah, the kind of terminology and all that thing, guerrilla warfare. 1 minute is scampish and no, all you do afraid for me.
And ratchet.
All you do afraid for me. Not good. One of them coming in front of me and tell me anything. None. Not one. Well, don't afraid for me, man.
These are tactics. These are, they say, psychological warfare tactics that they're trying to use on the Grenadian people to intimidate them.
Yeah, so they're
not to support the NNP.
So you're going to realize that they did not have a rally this week. It is because they are facing serious financial problems. You won't give a group of broken people with a broken party a country to run? A country that just started to develop and move forward again after the bad treatment it received under that same group of people the last time around?
Can't afford for. But you know what? All gorillas, we go cage them up. Don't worry.
Man said
March
that
13th.
they cannot have a rally every week. They can't have a rally every week. So they're going to go out. Well, you're worried about before.
So
why people worried about me? Don't worry about me. Listen, you know one thing I live my life by? The day I have to die is already ordained. When that day comes, it has to come. Nothing will stop it. So I don't live my life worrying about that and worrying about what this one going to do and that one going to do. But I'll tell you this. When they go out saying all the things that they're saying, I hope they have good lawyers and they have a lot of property. Because the day are ready for them, which will be a little after the election. But when I'm ready for them, I hope they could pay up. Because me and taking the low road and high road and say, okay, now let me forget that and thing, I'm going to court with them. And they're going to say what they have to say in court. Yeah? So don't worry.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
We'll be starting from the double bridge in Monge. Northeast will be starting on the double bridge from Monge tomorrow. Or MP's Lord.
All right, wonderful.
All right.
We'll be starting on the double bridge.
What time?
Huh?
What time?
8:30, because we have to be by the court for 9.
All right, good.
Yeah, we have buses from all areas.
Okay, wonderful.
So the double,
that's wonderful.
The double bridge is where exactly?
Close to George Garage, just between Ravine Gap. Coming down the George Garage.
Okay.
As after you leave the saw factory.
So you're okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
Take care, man. We'll be there tomorrow.
All right, my brother.
Full forces.
All right. Beautiful. And folks, there is, I got the list of meetings for today. There is a meeting in St. Andrew Northwest in Balthazar for 7 p.m. St. Andrew Southwest by Pumpkin Shop in St. James for 6 p.m. and Town of St. George, Back Road by Leonard Block Plant. All right. So the 3 meetings for today, Monday, the 19th of February. And we know that the 19th of February, 5 years ago, by this time, so the vote would have been in already. All your
victory.
Come March the 13th by now, so the vote would have been in already.
About 8 seats was declared already by that time.
Man,
around this time.
We don't declare already.
I mean, it was declared a couple of days and weeks ago,
Right now,
but they just put a nail on the coffin.
Well, they making sure now, bringing people out, making sure everybody votes and that kind of thing. Because you hear them fellas planning psychological and guerrilla warfare. Psychological and guerrilla warfare.
They feel we living in Syria and all them place and Afghanistan.
My brothers and sisters up there in Petit Martinique, I hope that you all are having a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day today. Yeah? All of a sudden, and here's why they run up in Petit Martinique. Now, one of the key activists for the NDC in Petit Martinique has come over to the new National Party in the last few months. And they know that. And they know that the last election, the NDC lost Petit Martinique. The NNP doesn't usually win Petit Martinique. But the NNP won Petit Martinique the last election. And they're so desperate. They take the whole team from Grenada because that is trying to save face. So they won't go in Petit Martinique and they go say, well, we don't need to bring up stage and lights and tent and all this set of thing. We don't need to bring up all of that. They'll go and they go have a meeting in Petit Martinique and try and make it look like a national event. It's a Petit Martinique event. So they went up there and they had the meeting. But it has nothing to do, nothing to do with a love for Petit Martinique people or caring about Petit Martinique people. It's simply that they run up there to find something to do on the weekend because they broke. And outside of that, because they realize that the figures ain't looking nice for them in Petit Martinique at all. The figures ain't looking nice for them in Petit Martinique at all. Yeah? But at least when they reach in Petit Martinique now, they realize that roads and drainage has been done, that the playing field extension has taken place and they put up the little pavilion and bathroom facilities and so on, the ongoing work there, that the desalination plant is completed and operational and so for the people of Petit Martinique. Yeah? So they realize they have a serious problem with Petit Martinique. So they run up there now. And who they bring? The brothers.
Oh, their roots is from up there.
Yeah, that is why they bring them up there.
Their roots is from up
They're
there.
trying their very best to try and turn things around in Petit Martinique. So let me say to my good friends out there in Petit Martinique, do not be fooled. Yeah? Will you give the country to some broke people with a broken organization? I broke, son. I no money. I ain't think. I ain't suffering by no money. Right? But would you give the country to some brooks people? They can't even stage a rally every week. So don't try to stage one next week. Don't try to stage one next week. And they might try to force it from here on. Because one, we expose what's going on with them, so they'll try to force it. The problem will be that the busmen say basically they ain't willing to work for them because they doesn't pay.
Yeah, they'll take too long.
The major service providers say unless they get the money up front, they ain't working, or some of them say outright they ain't working at all for them. So don't blame me. What I wonder, how I get the voice note? If I am an NDC activist or on the NDC list, no, don't worry about that. The bottom line is it plain.
You see, and you see, it's very important that when we catch them peeping and marking like that, that we let the nation know what they are up to.
Okay, we lost
see,
that call.
because when you look at persons, and I always say, anytime you're not hearing the voice of Glenn Noel in public, look out. He is preparing some sort of mischief. And there you go. There you go. You hear the pipeline man giving instructions, right, to his people as to what needs to be done. We heard last week Victor giving instructions about how to sabotage the election on March 13th. We have to pay attention, and these guys are serious. We must never and must not take these guys for granted. It is a serious situation. They are prepared to bring our Grenadian brothers and sisters into a room and train them to destabilize the country. We must pay attention to that. It is no joke.
Yes, folks, so 440-7377, and we have someone on the overseas line.
Good morning and welcome.
Yes, Devon, morning. Morning
Good
to you,
morning.
Sheldon.
Good morning.
Ready for your guerrilla warfare and psychological warfare?
Well, I listened to that, so I trying to figure out, well, I hear what Uncle Glenn say, so then why would they need time on Sunday so they could air the thing to talk to who? I mean, maybe because they can't have a rally, they decide to, well, beg us to, give up a Sunday now, so that they could they could air whatever they want to do or they want to say on that particular Sunday. But I find that is ridiculous.
My brother.
and then again too, I didn't know we was in war, because I know only soldiers just fight guerrilla warfare. So
well, guerrilla warfare is for guerrillas.
Glenn and them have to be careful with what they're saying.
Well, we know what type of persons they are.
It wasn't meant for your. It wasn't meant for our ears. That's why.
It wasn't meant for our air.
Don't go and report me to the police again.
Both have airs.
Yes.
Both have airs, so you can't hide from Grenada.
Exactly. Because
Both have airs.
you have times when you're talking for yourself, lower down the road, somebody passing and say, "Boy, I hear you talking by yourself and I hear you saying that." You understand? So
that's right. Oh, and they should remember we also have Paran. So
yes.
There is no secret in Grenada. They might have secret elsewhere, but not in Grenada.
Not in Grenada. Parang for them.
That's right. Anyhow, take care.
All right, my brother. Yes. So the danger story.
Yeah, you realize the type of language that's used by the NDC.
Yeah, selective.
And you realize the type of behavior that is being pushed by them.
And by who?
Psychological warfare. That's not an easy term, eh? Psychological warfare. In other words, getting you to do something against your better judgment.
Exactly.
Psychological warfare. So oftentimes when you hear I speak about things like gaslighting and that sort of thing, all of that is part of the psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare.
Good morning.
Oh, you need to load the radio in the background and call back. All right?
But watch,
Take the radio off in the background and call us back.
Some of the thing that was being reported is being done. Good morning and welcome.
Hello?
Yes, you're a live caller.
Yeah, I'm Sheldon Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Listen, I wanted to look up something for me. I don't even get a chance yet in St. Andrews Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
The constituency was Mr. Hosford, Yulan Hosford.
Mm-hmm.
Look up on the list and tell me. I don't get a chance to look at it yet. If Brendan Bain is on the list. That is polling division C13.
Okay.
Brendan Bain.
Yeah.
So
okay. I'm not seeing a Brendan Bain there.
What? The Wendell Bain is there?
I'm seeing a Brendan Bain, but that Brendan Bain, I'm not seeing them in that constituency.
That's
that's in St. James, eh?
Upper Capital.
I'm seeing a Brendan Bain, but that's in St. George.
Oh, okay.
Say that again.
Here's what. Give me a call so I can do that after the program.
Okay,
give
so
me
I'll
a call.
call you back.
Yeah, give me a call immediately after the program. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right, 4407377. That's the number, and the overseas number
347-329-3101.
Yeah, because wap waxy man.
Yeah, always.
Wap. Yeah. Wap.
Morning, Wade.
Yeah.
Hey, and
psychological warfare. Interesting.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning, Mr. Sheldon Scott.
Hi.
I'm calling from Shantimel.
All right, my dear.
Right. I want people to know, to tell Mr. Andal, stop spreading propaganda on Mr. Boson and about the road in Shantimel. I want people to take a look and come and see road and what Mr. Boson had done in Shantimel. Tell him stop it. And he have a young man in Shantimel what pulling down Mr. Boson poster and put Mr. Boson on Facebook. I want him to stop it, and I want Mr. Boson to sue him. And NNP all the way. They dead, Mr. Boson killing Hugo.
Hey.
All the way.
Politically.
NNP.
Hey, say politically, yeah, because you know these days they want to say we threatening and all them kind of things. So we have to be careful, eh?
Yes.
Nice. All right. Okay, my dear.
All the way. Have a nice day.
All right. Yeah. Politically. Because they have some sissy over the other. Yes, I call him a sissy. Yeah, grew up here.
Sissy.
Sorry, folks. Sorry.
Hey, bye.
Oh, boy.
But you know, some of the things that they're doing, you are seeing it reflected in some of their supporters and who they use. For example, that incident that happened in St. Andrews Southwest. If you know the individual carefully and so who is doing that, you would see that they are using him to do what they do. So when all the blame come down, first thing they'll say, oh, he was a former soldier, he was this and he was that. So you see the kind of psychological attack that they are using, not only on the people that they are targeting, but those who they are using. So my friends, definitely, it's a divide and rule tactics. Mm-hmm. They are trying to frustrate, destabilize, sabotage. Well, I can't find more words to use it, but that is what they're doing. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes. Morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Your live caller.
Yes. Morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
And morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
Yes. Now we have to look deep and take those things very serious. Remember when this guy was lecturing to the executive of the NDC, and the guy mentioned the ratchet men and all this type of action that is sheer violence. Now, that situation that happened with Damu, they've been hyping up the supporters, and the guy that acting that way, I know him, he's not no revolutionary. They just hop on the bus. They hop on the bus, and they want to play this kind of violence, but we are not for that. But at least something must be done with the insulting he insult Ajamu. Steps should be taken. The police supposed to lock him up.
The police have to do what they have to do.
The NDC party is inciting violence in the election. This is what they're doing. The guy trying to bring the Jamaican practice from Jamaica to Grenada. We are peaceful people. We have elections all over the years. We discuss, we argue, but we respect one another. But that guy that going around to disrupt NNP meeting, which is cock, I know the guy. They just happen in the revolution. and maybe they maybe have what they have secure. We don't know what they have or what they don't have, and playing things. But don't worry about that. You understand? What we're dealing with as NNP is progress, building this country. This country been on the face of the world, where countries looking at the pattern of Grenada, how the economy been managed by one of the most brilliant political mind, or it could be academic, I won't say academic, but political mind in the region or in the world, which is Dr. Mitchell. This is no joke about it. And he have 14 candidates behind his back. That is his brilliant minds. And whatever we're doing, we align NNP, we align, we're speaking the truth. So God will be with us all the time. And we will win over and over and over. I heard the NDC and them praying the last time. And I was so happy because I know we were going to get a reward from the prayers, because you have to pray sincerely and truly from your heart. In other words, for God to answer prayer. Thank you.
All right,
my
thank
friend.
you. Yeah, so don't worry, man. They touch down here. They touching down Sundays. So
Sundays.
when they broke and they can't have a rally, that's what they're doing. Yeah.
And
part of the psychological warfare.
Yeah.
The guerrilla tactics.
The guerrilla tactics warfare.
Yeah.
And you see, we've been telling you what are the plans. Now you start to see their plans unfolding.
Oh, we've got more to play, huh?
Because now you've seen, for example, the incident that happened in Southwest, in St. Andrews, what happened in the town of St. George, somewhere around Dabo, right? And then as recently as Saturday, what happened in Calais. Now they are programming their supporters to get into the NNP rallies and pocket meetings and try to disrupt, right? Trying to get a response.
Chain up.
Right? From our supporters, right? In terms of violence and so, but we won't give them that time of day at all. We will ignore them. We'll hold them and we'll get them into the house. That is what we have to show them love. We won't fight with them. We will welcome them into the meeting.
But you see, you have to remember the type of behavior by the NDC activists out there. And notice, me and Devon, we're always specific. We don't say all NDCites behave this way, because they don't. You have houses where you have people who are NNP and NDC living together in the same house. Yeah? So it's not like all NDCites behave this way. We love them. We care about them. That's why we go help them save the party by making sure they lose 15-0. You might think it's weird, but calculate it for yourself. The only way to save NDC is to make sure that they lose this time around.
Yeah, all seats
because
again.
Then that party will be able to purge and cleanse itself of the present leadership. Because they go blame them,
And Grenada will have at least a viable opposition.
Yeah. NDCites out there, you have a responsibility to save your party.
Yeah.
By voting for the new national party this time around. You must make sure that cocktail that is already massive goes super massive now on the NDC. So that at the end of the electoral process, you all will be able to say, listen now, man, you make us lose 15-0 again or no? We could get rid of your leadership. Because you are the ones that having the problem. You the activists, you the rank and file members. You are the ones that having the problem when you go around to the constituencies and the people saying we don't like the leader. You are the ones that having that problem. Save your party. And also preserve the progress that is taking place in your country. All NDCites on election day, when you go into that polling station, when you go into the little polling booth, and they say there are some nice polling booths they will be using and things. When you go inside there, just look for the symbol of the house, and when you put your mark next to that symbol, know that by doing that, you are saving your party and you're saving your country. Because you don't want to have the same leader that right now, okay, come on, a major political party as they call themselves, and you're 22 days away from election and you can't have a rally.
22 days from getting the worst cocktail.
I go hand you the treasury. When your months used to be 42 and 45, NDC month, check a dictionary, go put it inside it just now. 42 months long, 42 days long, NDC month.
Grenadians, it is important at this point in time. You must not be distracted by anything that is going on around NDC.
I keep getting a set of different messages about all sorts of negative activities. They're GGRE all you. Feel sorry for them. And let me say something to the NNP supporters. One, No tit for tat. If you see them tearing down posters, take pictures. When you see them tearing down posters, take pictures. Don't go and tear down theirs.
Like you see how we
Take
catch
pictures.
You see how we catch a guy climbing the pole? I don't know who the pole was for, right? I don't know. I mean,
they catch Ali Dowden on a pole?
Yeah, on a pole. I don't know.
They catch
where
Ali
the
Dowden
pole
on
was.
a pole?
Yeah, who the pole was for. I mean, how high he climbed on the pole and that kind of thing, but they catch him on a pole.
You sure it's Ali Dowden they catch on a pole?
On a pole. They catch him on a pole.
All right, okay. I just making sure it's Ali Dowden they catch
you understand?
on a pole.
Yeah, on a pole. Either he was climbing or riding a pole or something, but on a pole they catch him. Tearing down posters and what. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but this doesn't amaze you, eh? Every time NDC start to get some licks, a bunch of them just jump into we live and try to change the discussion.
You have a Mitchell guy there.
So dunce.
Hey, we having fun, but you know what? We are bringing the truth.
Every time they start to get a lash, they just send one or two across, they can't take it.
Distraction.
You know how much radio it mash up in Grenada there right now? But when they hear us this morning, they take the radio and they mash it up. So who want to go back and pay cards for one? Not me, you know. So if you want to mash up, if you want to mash up your radio, I
have mines.
Let me say this to those of you that are listening on the live. Anytime you see those kind of individuals come around, just ignore them.
Yeah.
If they get disrespectful, I delete them.
Yeah.
I just ban them. If they get nobody ain't coming inside there and disrespect me, disrespect anybody inside there, or disrespect any other candidates of the New National Party and so on and so forth. In fact, they ain't coming and disrespect nobody in there. So as soon as they come and they start this stupidness, I just delete them and ban them. That's simple.
And they're looking for attention too, eh?
Yeah, so ignore them.
Look,
we just waste a couple seconds on them.
Some sissies.
Here's what. We're going to play this from Prime Minister Mitchell last night. We're going to play this. Yeah? We're going to play the voice note again just now for those of you that didn't hear. But we're going to play this message from Prime Minister Mitchell at last night's activity, especially with some of the inbox messages and so I'm getting right now. I think it's important.
They have key supporters of them going to NNP meetings and attempting to disrupt the political meetings of the New National Party. My friends, they are even going there and threatening people on the platform. In River Road, in Dabo, last week, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, one of the strongest supporters goes up to a meeting in Dabo where hundreds of our supporters were, knowing his viciousness to the NNP, and try to create chaos. And literally, in fact, assaulted a supporter of the NNP. And the next day, the National Democratic Congress is putting out a statement saying how NNP meeting end in violence. Sisters and brothers, this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff, sisters and brothers. Last evening, we were in Calais. We were in Calais in a meeting. And you know they have a crazy little boy on a radio station. The man more good for the mental home than it is for working for a political party. The man comes down to Calais and walking through the NNP meeting, taunting our supporters. If this is not provocation, I don't know the definition of provocation. Sisters and brothers, I want to say here tonight, and I'm advising you, if you see the NDC having the meeting, stay away from the people's meeting. I want, and what is sad, when a key member of the party is doing something like this, it tells you the mentality of the leadership of that party. But tonight, the NNP responsible leadership says, do not interfere with the people's meetings. Do not go there, sisters and brothers.
Yeah, Devon. So don't go in the people thing and disrupt the thing. Don't prolong the posters. Leave the thing. But here's what. Everybody has cell phone now. So when you all catch them in the act, don't just say, okay, I see this one. Grab your phone, tape them. Take the pictures. Because I'm getting reports from nearly every single constituency of the same type of behavior. That they've been tearing down the posters. Look, I got a report, my partner Peter Francis, he said, watch, don't pass back in Independence Avenue and pull down Pedro posters and them. You see, you get away the first time, you wouldn't get away the second time. Leave the posters alone, all right? Nice. To whom it may concern. Right?
And Sheldon, is so important for me to
Willis, all over, they're pulling on posters.
Reiterate to all our supporters, Grenadians,
guerrilla
right?
warfare.
As the Prime Minister has stated, he's advising supporters of the party when they are having their meetings. If you don't have no reason to be there, don't do. And if you do go there, you go there and you listen. They are looking for an opportunity, right, to create violence. They have taken key people, confrontational persons, and walk through, right, to create problems in NNP meetings. They are looking for supporters to get horrors with them and to attack them. But we will not do that. We will continue to be peaceful. We will continue to spread the message. We will continue to move on. We are not going to be involved in no kind of behavior that is unbecoming. We are not.
Yes, indeed.
We are proud Grenadians, right? So as NNP supporters, we will set the example. We will not tear down the posters. We will not go to the meetings if we don't have to, right? And so we don't want to taunt nobody. We don't like violence. But remember, from the last couple of weeks, we've been telling you, this is what they are planning.
Oh, and it's there's worse to come. Somebody is there telling me, oh, Sheldon, they are your name all over. I don't care about that. Listen, NDC is more afraid of me than they're afraid of even that Prime Minister Mitchell. I'm telling you, they're even more afraid of me than they're afraid of Prime Minister Mitchell. I'm afraid of them. I'll walk any part of Grenada day or night. I'll walk. You understand? I ain't afraid none of them. None of them ain't doing me nothing. All they can do is talk.
They're a bunch of cowards.
Anytime they come and they talk and they tell all their things, simply just pull out all your phone and tape them, and I'll give all you a share of the money when we go to court. All right? Any of them come and they tell all you anything, pull your phone and tape them. Don't be afraid to tape them when they're running them out. They're coming to you and they're looking for a vote. All right? So they're coming through and they're looking for a vote. And you hear they're going out 2 by 2 like them Mormons. So they're going out 2 by 2. So when they come now, for them to come to you and say, okay, these are the issues that we perceive for your area, and these are the way that a government led by our political leader and our organization are going to address these issues. We also see these issues on the national scale, and we think that we are the best suited to deal with these, and this is the way that we are going to approach that. Instead of doing that, they come in your veranda and they want to come in front of your house to tell you about Sheldon Scott, to tell you that Dr. Mitchell bad. That is what they come in to do. But me, I'm afraid of them. I'll never be afraid of them. Yeah, never. It won't happen. But we know it comes from the leadership. Yeah. Because the leadership, with no chance, not even a snowball chance, in Hades of getting into office, the leadership already planning who they go do what and how they go interfere with different people and things.
Every single minister of government, every single parliamentary secretary, including the one who is going on the radio every day and talking at the New National Party radio station, is getting $7,000 a month. Well, we have news for them. We have news for them. We are counting every single hour that Mr. Sheldon Scott is off the job and is sitting on the radio station. as we form the next government, if and when we form the next government, any monies that is entitled, any monies that Sheldon Scott is entitled to by way of gratuity, those monies will be deducted from his paycheck before we go to it. You have a responsibility to this country. And if, sisters and brothers, you are going on the radio and talking, and you're supposed to be working, any money you're entitled to by way of gratuity, when the time comes, we will deduct those hours before you get that paycheck.
Yeah, says the man who was not paying up to the Ministry of Finance.
Yeah, threats.
Go and pay the Ministry of Finance. That's what you have to do. You, Nazim Victor Burke, go and pay. Go and pay the Ministry of Finance. Go and work out with them and pay. That's what you have to go and deal with. And if you're not attacking me, you're attacking Devon. Eh? Poor Devon.
Have some paid operatives saying all kinds of things on the radio. There one of them called Panames. We're going to deal with them in due time. I ain't going to say nothing about him today. But we got his file. We got his file. He's on the radio making a set of noise. We got his file. And we will strip him naked in public. We will strip him naked in public when the moment comes. I will say no more on that at this particular occasion.
Yeah, so you hear that's why the members are acting in the way that they're acting. That comes from the leadership.
Direct from the leader.
Listen to the type of behavior. Listen to the type of things that you hear coming out from the company and
this is not always a bad thing. But scampishness was behind some of the greatest slave revolts of this hemisphere. And scampishness is basically the Caribbean version of cunning. Right? And white people in parliaments all around the world prize their most cunning people. Why? Because they win. So let's not pretend that Keith Mitchell is not cunning. Keith Mitchell is one of the most cunning politicians in the Caribbean. And not only is he a cunning politician, and if you don't respect your opponents, you can't beat them. But not only is he a cunning politician, he's a pit bull. Right? And you cannot, unless you're a Great Dane, you can't sit quietly around a pit bull. You need to be a sort of pit bullish yourself. Or at least have surrogates who can come across as pit bulls. If not, a Rottweiler every now and then. But you need to have people and women are the best people usually to do inside each job. Because they can deal with the range of humanity. They can talk to other women a certain way. They can talk to the toughest guy on the street a certain way. They can talk to the doctor a certain way. They're the best. But if they are not willing to be scampish when necessary in the polling booth when they see things aren't going right, don't put them in there. Don't send them someplace else. Right? We're going to have to be very careful with who goes in and the temperament of those people. And whether or not they need to be able to be very professional when necessary, but also very ghetto and very ratchet when necessary.
Yeah, that's what they bring people in to advise their people. So I'll be looking very carefully at all the people in the polling stations because I know the qualification to be an indoor agent for the NDC, according to them, is that you have to be scampish.
Real scampish.
You have to be ghetto and ratchet. So I'll be looking very carefully at them. But you know one thing, I want to say this to the members of the New National Party and to Grenadians on a whole. Stay calm. What they want, you hear the kind of things that they've been saying. You hear the kind of statements they've been making. Yeah? Hear the political leader again. Hear him.
It is not enough as a prime minister to be behaving as a gutter rat. You know what I mean? We must not be playing these little nasty games.
That's the political leader of that organization. Yeah? That's the political leader of that organization. Here the next one, the poll man. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when you look at those patterns, you wonder if the Prime Minister himself is not suffering from some form of mental illness because his pattern are the patterns of a psychopath. And that's how I would label him. He is definitely a psychopath. He's a bungaway train.
That's the NDC for you. That is how they're treating people and that is how they're calling people and so on. They're not coming and knock your door to tell you how they're going to better your life. They're not coming and knock your door to find out what are some of the issues. And if they're coming to find out what the issues is now, my brother, my sister, you have to know the kind of people you're dealing with, because there was nowhere wrong for the last 5 years. So they're now coming to find out what the issues is. They now want to know. Yeah? Because they're looking for a vote. So they're coming to knock your door and look for a vote. But I'm telling you, I see who say they happy waiting, who say they are this. Don't assault anybody. You can end up in serious trouble. Yeah? Even if they come onto your property and you're shooting on them and so, that's assault. Yeah? You could still end up in trouble. So please.
We don't need
we don't have to go that way.
You know what we're gonna do?
We're gonna teach them 22 days from now how to behave as human beings.
And we go just keep calm and we go walk them. That's what we have to do. We stay in calm and we go walk them. Remember what Deva say? Keep calm and walk them. That's what we go do them. We don't have to make no fuss. We don't have to involve in no violence. We don't tear down no poster. We don't in no unnecessary conversation with them or anything like that.
And we ain't throwing out with children.
At all. We
challenge parents and I challenge young people to come out in their numbers and vote. And I said to the parents, if they're not going to vote, put them out. If your children are not going to vote, put them out. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But that is how serious I consider the right to exercise your franchise.
Yeah, that's how these people behave. Listen to one of the candidates again. Because somebody asked a simple question. I mean, here one of the candidates.
There appears to be indications that NBC had a meeting with the Public Workers Union on Sunday. Can you give us some clarity on that? Did that actually happen? And if so, what was the meeting about?
Well, I really don't entertain unintelligent questions. Why would the NDC meet with the Public Workers Union? It's a very unintelligent question. I mean, the person who posted it on the Facebook, I consider him a semi-illiterate. And the internet is open to people like that. Why would the NDC meet? I went to church on Sunday. There are 3 other churches meeting in Public Workers Union.
Yeah, that's the way that they talk. Oh, you see the person as a semi-illiterate.
Yeah.
And he's talking about an individual with a university degree there, but he sees them as a semi-illiterate. Yeah.
And as soon as you start to call them all sorts of names, everybody crying. But we would not go there.
Yet still the candidate in Carriacou can't even qualify to go into MCC.
Imagine that.
That is who they send as a candidate to represent the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Leslie, I appreciate that very much.
That's who they send to represent the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Somebody that can't even qualify to enter MCC. You know there's a basic qualification for you to enter MCC. He does not qualify to even enter MCC. For the NDC, if they were a caring organization, would I take the youth man? Did I say here now? You need to educate yourself. You need to get some subjects under your belt.
Exactly.
You need some experience. You need to be able to show capacity that you have done something outside of just mouthing off and yapping, that you could do something. Yeah? I know of young people in Carriacou right now who are not involved in the political process, but who have done more for Carriacou and Petit Martinique than him. So when the NDC comes like they have this golden child and they're putting them forward, if they really cared about him, they would help him to build his capacity.
Exactly. Educate him.
They would help him to build his capacity. That's what they would do.
Prepare him.
Yeah? But you can't even qualify for MCC.
But you see,
they must take you now and put you in charge of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Carriacou and Petit Martinique, look at the people who was previously in charge of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. People like Sir Nicholas Braffett. Yeah? Herbert Blaze. Yeah? Joan Purser. Elvin Nimrod. Look at the people who have been candidates and represented the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique before. Yeah? I see it as a serious disrespect by the NDC to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Look on the flip side. You had 3 competent and capable people that the NNP could have chosen from.
Choices.
3 opportunities. Yeah? But instead of that, mouth. Yap, yap, yap. Mouth. Yap. That's all you have. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you this, NNPites, stay calm. They're going to try to frustrate you in the lines. They're going to try to get you upset. Because if they can get you upset, you might be thrown out from the line.
Yeah.
They'll try to get you into a confrontation. Because if they could get 3 or 4 NNPites into a confrontation, especially with one of them after they finish vote, so they know they vote inside. So the tactic might be this: they go and they vote. The finger stain, they coming out. But they start to interfere with you.
Exactly.
Because they find out if you and them fight, even if they end up in a cell, they get in about 3 or 4 of you with them, and that's 3 or 4 votes less.
Plus, they will discourage other persons from vote because look at the fighting, blah, 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 and people
going
will go home. That is what they're trying to do.
Don't allow anyone to get you into a physical confrontation. Don't allow anybody to get you into a physical confrontation.
Stay calm.
Yeah? That's what they want. They want you to get into a physical confrontation with them. Yeah? Don't do it. Yeah. Don't be suckered into it.
At all, at all.
Yeah?
It's unnecessary.
We needy and we greedy? Well, here's what.
We will stay
22 days from now, we need the vote and we greedy for all the seats.
All the seats. We need the vote. We're hungry.
And we greedy for all the seats.
Yeah, we hungry.
Yeah?
We taking all. It didn't have nothing about leave a piece in a play day for that person. No. We needy, we greedy, we eating all. We the Grenadian people, we going to eat all. I mean, when you see March 13 come around, right, and the Grenadian people come out in their numbers to make that decision, right, there will be a lot of mourning and weeping. A lot of mourning and weeping.
We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning, man.
Sheldon Devon.
Yes.
Hi. I come out from my garden. I don't listen me hot talk as I do every day. I listen all the day. I don't in the veranda. I hear some people go, hey, morning. I see one set of yellow people coming on house to house. They come to say, could I come in? I say, no, I'm not interested. And I just don't,
That's how you have to deal with them. Yeah. You ain't cost them. You ain't show nothing on them. You're just not interested.
Yeah, I say I'm not interested. And they gone.
Yep.
All right. All right, my brother. So you see the psychological warfare and guerrilla tactics. But I'm gonna play it again now.
All
right, brother. Yeah, for those of you that didn't hear it, we're gonna play it again now.
We're gonna play it.
It's a little long, but we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it.
Good morning, comrades. Let me try to give some guidance to the concept of Touchdown Sundays. Touchdown Sundays is part of the psychological warfare. It's a psychological warfare. It's intended to touch down in a particular area in mass and do mass mobilization, sweeping mobilization. So numbers are important in the sense that we want to gather in a particular spot to show force, to show strength. Having done that, the idea is to knock on doors in a guerrilla warfare type of activity and to ask for the vote for the particular candidate and for the party, to distribute literature, and at the same time to record or document the number of persons who say yes, they are going to vote for the candidate and the party, those who say no, are they voting for NNP? If there are people who express that they are undecided, and if there are people that say they're not voting. So we need to take names and telephone numbers so that the candidate in the area can match what we found while going out in the field with his own information about the persons as it relates to whether or not they are NDC and will be voting, NNP, undecided, etc. So it's not to do what the candidate normally does and not to take over his role and the team's role in terms of doing the regular work but is to enhance and to show some strength and to be a catalyst in that sense. Remember, the day was decided on because we realized we can't do a rally every Sunday. And so when we can do a rally, we do some extra work. We bring our troops together, we rally them, we motivate them, we bond together. So gathering on one spot is important so that the public could see great visibility, giving the proper instructions, and then going out in the field. So if we choose 2 or 3 particular areas, we choose leaders, and then the team that is going out is further divided in 2. In other words, 2 persons go to each door together. Thank you. I hope this brings some clarity.
Yeah, we hope that brings a lot of clarity in Jutana. Yeah, Devon, we hope that brings some clarity.
Real clarity, you know.
Oh, I wondering what else I have. Oh, I've got a lot. Yeah, I've got a lot. Yeah? Wait, you see you're calling when the clip playing. I can't stop the clip.
they trying to slow it down. They trying to sabotage it. They trying to intimidate our supporters. They are trying to make their presence felt in our political meeting to disrupt it and to create a confrontation. But we will not give them that time of day to please themselves. We will not involve in that type of action. We will only stay calm, and we go walk them on March 13th.
Yep.
That's what we're going to do.
Just remember, you're looking for the symbol of the house, and you're putting your mark next to it.
Yeah, we're gauging it.
Yeah? NDCites, to save your political organization, you know you need to get rid of the leadership.
Vote NNP.
And the only way that you can save the organization and get rid of the leadership is by
voting NNP.
Exactly.
You see, it's the quickest way and it's less painless for you.
Yes, indeed. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Seems to be a problem.
Yeah. So we are making it painless for you, right? On election day, my brothers, my NDC brothers and sisters, you know who you are. Save your party. You have to vote for the NNP.
Let's try that line again.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning,
good
sir.
Morning.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I've never really over the years really keep up with the whole political atmosphere in Grenada, but this thing is getting really ridiculous now, man. Yep. Grenadians have to understand at the end of the day, after the election has passed, they still have to live together.
Exactly.
All right. Second of all, I'm gonna just some of you guys via the airwaves live. There are some fractions. I don't know. Well, you cannot say, like somebody said this morning. They ain't no Grenadian get so tech savvy. Right? I wouldn't agree with that. But there are some fractions in Grenada that are targeting some people's Facebook pages and so forth and so forth. I'm asking them to stop it. If you sit in Grenada and you hack someone's in the U.S. Facebook account or whatever account, you are violating international laws. We have your IP addresses, and I know exactly who it is. Mm-hmm. One of my people this morning called me in the house this morning because we ain't working today, and share me the information and exactly, Saturday after he finished his program, get off the radio, he couldn't get back into his Facebook page and whatever was done and whatever is put up on the page and is all this nonsense. Mm-hmm. I'm asking them to stop it. This is serious matter here now. This is not no joke matter. Alright? Anybody that come into my network system in this country here from Grenada will have serious consequences on their hands.
Wait.
Very serious consequences.
Wait. You see, I don't think that they understand how international law and how U.S. federal law operates. It doesn't matter if you're on the island of Grenada. Once you break the laws of the U.S., for instance, if you are involved in a corrupt act involving a U.S. company and you're based in the Caribbean, they will detain you and ship you up,
They're coming for you.
In Jamaica, you have some guys who are running a lottery scam online. And the US government sent down there and arrest these guys and ladies and ship them to jail in the United States. And Facebook, hacking somebody's Facebook is a even hacking a person's Facebook account here in Grenada, because the servers are based in the United States, technically what you're still doing is a U.S. crime.
It's a U.S. crime.
Because the
and U.S. federal crime, they do not play on it. So if the event it happen again, I will be forwarding all the IP addresses and all the information onto the Attorney General in the federal office. And they better be aware, really, really aware. This is not something that, they will just get it on the two. They ain't go bother with them.
No,
they don't play. You see what's going on in the U.S. right now with the same Russian crap and all of that nonsense? They're not sitting on it lightly.
I would suggest to you, Wade, that you don't even wait for them to do it again. Don't even give them the opportunity. Send the information to the Attorney General's chambers in New York City. Send the information. Make a formal complaint. I would suggest that you make a formal complaint, because they have to understand. You see, they could say that I hack and I different thing. I ain't had to worry about that, you know, because I know I ain't hacking nothing. I know that is their own people who refuse to be part of what is taking place in the NDC, that passing all the information, and have been doing so for over a year. So I have a lot.
You know, this is ridiculous. I mean, you're targeting somebody and figure because he do something or he says something, all of a sudden he's a LMP. So they targeted him and they, I mean, come on. A man has a human being in any country, anybody of any country have a right to support any party that they choose to. They don't have to vote party line and they don't have to stay along party lines. If I could be from Donkey Party and I like the candidates in my constituency from the NMP, I choose to vote for him because I'm voting. You're supposed to vote on the agendas and the things that matter to you, not along party line. And this is the ridiculousness where people don't understand. This is the lack of education where a lot of people it has when it comes to politics, right?
Oh boy!
They support. They have I don't like to use the word backward, but a docile political ideology. That's not how politics work. And the folks that are pushing it, they know better. The ones who sitting there and pushing the regular citizens of Grenada in this rambunctious way of doing politics, they know better. They know that's not right.
That's deliberate.
But do not target no member of my team, because you're messing with the wrong man. Serious across the board.
All right, my comrade.
We do media, we stay neutral, and we will remain neutral. Anybody want to share that you play what they want to play? Is it? The man play a song, 2 lines, maybe 2 verses of the song. He get off the air, and then up to now he can't get back in your Facebook page. You have to create a whole new page, and it's all them nonsense. Whoever doing it, stay out there. Stop it immediately.
All right, my brother.
Okay, bro.
Loud and clear. They got it.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
Same to you. Yeah, indeed. Wait, I wasn't making no joke. I was sending that straight to the police. Let me take
send it.
One more call.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes.
Afternoon.
And good afternoon to your co-host. I listened to a few clippings there, and it has my blood crawling. It had me being scared. But I made a few observations a few years ago that we have a lot of undercovers in this country trying to disrupt our society. And I pay attention to some of our local radio stations. And that's the reason why over the months and years I had been calling for the shelving of the CSME. Because if what I'm hearing, and I believe it's true, it becomes very, very dangerous for Grenadian citizens. If you have people who, from the region, who have a disinterest in the well-being of our citizens, how do you mix these people with us, with a regime that we will not be able to get away from if signed the single market and economy? I am very worried, and I will call once again for the shelving of the CSME based on what I understand and what I'm hearing from your program now. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, because I mean, they bring a guy and he's to say one thing. I mean, a man come and actually telling people in Grenada that to be scampish is good.
Yeah. But yeah, one that they brought, he really came and speak the truth, eh? He told Grenadians who they should really vote and support.
But I feel that man is a yard. I feel a yard man. I feel that fella is a NNP and smart.
But what? That man could never appear on a platform with them again.
Folks, yeah, we've got to wrap it up. That's about all the time we have for today. Yeah, not that we don't have other clips to play, but that's all the time we have for today. All right, and we're getting out of here. Just remember, let me go over the meetings again for today. St. Andrew Northwest, Balthazar from 7 p.m. St. Andrew Southwest, Pumpkin Shop in St. James from 6 p.m. And the town of St. George, Back Road by Leonard Block Plant from 7 p.m. Oh, and I have a message from the Carriacou. Yeah, the New National Party, Carriacou and Petit Martinique branch hereby informs the general public of the relocation of its constituency office to the second floor of Bunfield Bristol's building on Lower Main Street, Hillsborough. It is opposite the Hillsborough Fish Market, effective from today. That's a Monday, February the 19th, 2018. Yep. Landline 443-6535 will be in operation, should be in operation by now. But if you're not getting through on that, you could contact them on 404-2398 at their new location. The New National Party apologizes for any inconvenience this may have caused and look forward to providing you the continued prompt service from their new location. All right? So that's the New National Party, Carriacou and Petit Martinique branch right there. And we're heading your direction this weekend, Carriacou?
This weekend, Saturday.
Yeah.
Hey, and to all of you on the live, stay tuned. We have lots of information for you. Okay? Yeah. Don't go nowhere. Stay.
Yes, and then whatever you say, do it safe and secure. What are you speaking to and with you?
And not about you. Stay calm, and we go walk them on March 13th.
Carriacou Saturday, right?
Carriacou Saturday.
Carriacou Saturday. All
roads.
Well,
buses.
I whenever you could say roads.
Yeah, but remember what they call him? Had the bridge, from Sotez.
Yeah,
so
like you could have built a bridge over a volcano, yeah, right. Like you could actually build a bridge over an active volcano, right? Yeah.
All seas, all air.
Man, anyway, what?
To Carriacou, all boats, all planes.
We telling them this and bye-bye.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. On March 13th, choose to keep Grenada moving forward. Mark an X next to the house. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
Grenada has moved from an economy in years of negative growth, negative 2%, to one of the fastest growing economies in the region, plus 5%. So let's keep moving with the NNP.
There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
Every election campaign is full of old talk and grand promises. Let history be your guide. Is who likely to better perform in government. Election is not about choosing perfect. They are about choosing the best one offer. Vote competent. Vote the NNP.
Let's run the country the right way. NNP. And work hard for the people all day. NNP. Who's the party that keep it moving? NNP.
We are here at the NNP National Youth Rally, Rhythm of Hope, here at Tempe in St. George's. Let's go talk to the youth, find out what's on their minds.
March 13, we will be voting for the Youth National Party with Alvin Daniel from Guam St. John. on. Let's keep it moving. We cannot sit down. We cannot sit down. Young people, we need to keep moving to the new national party. We from St. John's, and we will be voting for Ivan Bravo.
We can't sit down. We can't sit down. No, we can't sit down, and we won't sit down. Listen, we need progress. We can't sit down. We have to keep moving. And when March 13th comes, we vote in NNP. What NNP all the way?
I'm voting for the National Party.
We voting for NNP.
The best is on election day, March 13th, vote for NNP, put an X by the house.
I want you to know that at the end of the day, we have an election coming up. And despite all of the up and down the country have seen, we have not seen a better up than with this particular party. I can speak to you as a youth, I can speak to you as an educated man. We have a lot to look forward to, but it's up to you. So, do the right thing.
Elections is about choice. What's your choice?
My choice is NNP, all the way. Coming on March 13th, you gotta join me in supporting the party and supporting the future.
I'm voting for the new national party because I believe in the future of our country. I believe in the youth, and I know that Dr. Mitchell and his team of freedom fighters will take Grenada to its rightful place in the Western Hemisphere.
So, let's keep moving.
Yes, let's keep moving.
Keep moving.
Keep moving. Let's keep moving. We cannot sit down. We can't sit down. We can't sit down. We can't sit down.
Let's keep the progress moving. And let's look forward to a better Grenada.
NNP, who's the party that keep it moving?
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote competence. It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, $70 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Between 2014 and 2017, $185 million was spent on scholarships for youth. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
Parliamentary Elections Office says democracy will be maintained on Election Day. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I'm Rakisha St. Louis. The Parliamentary Elections Office says it is ready to perform its duties to ensure a safe and competent general election on March 13th. Acting Supervisor of Elections, Alex Phillip, says structures are in place so people need not be overly concerned about the legitimacy of the process. The office organizes regular meetings for its returning officers and assistant registration officers to iron out any concern that may arise.
After nomination, the Electoral Office will be involved in packing the boxes, right, preparing the ballots, right, ensuring that all the polling stations are in place. We'll be meeting with our presiding officers, our poll clerks, our registration officers, and so forth, so that we can fine-tune everything, so that we can have a really smooth process on election.
He remains optimistic that the integrity of the democratic process will be maintained.
We at the Electoral Office, I must say, in terms of what we are doing, everything that we do at the Electoral Office under my watch, I trust it is above board, and we will maintain that integrity, and we trust that our nation, our people, have matured enough to see the importance of this democratic process, that will try to safeguard and to build on what we have.
Fishermen in Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique will benefit from the setting up of a fisheries training school as government seeks to optimize economic potential in the sector. Details from Jerry Malcolm.
It's, a simple diagram with regards to the tools that they'll need. What we have to do is we have to go in, find the ones that are willing, and then it's not such a difficult process.
Meet Adrian Welch.
Hello, my name's Adrian Welsh. I'm a training officer with fisheries and agriculture.
He's the man chosen to set up a fisheries training school on the island.
My main goal is to set up a training academy so that we can create leaders and managers that can manage the resources that we have.
The main goal of the school is to maximize Grenada's potential in fisheries, both in terms of developing expertise.
We have the best honey, we have the best nutmeg, we have the best flowers, we have the best runners in the world with one of the smallest populations. So why can't we do that with agriculture and fisheries? Why can't we do that with ecotourism? Be the best in class. And if they say, this is what we want you to do, we do it. If we need this qualification, if we need this set up, that's what I intend to do.
And adding value to products.
We import tuna in tins. So, we know there's a market for it. So that's what we need to be doing. We need to freeze our tuna so that we are not limited by the amount of time we have to sell it. Because as it goes, as we ship our tuna out, it's frozen as soon as it arrives. So why can't we freeze it and provide work for our community?
The training initiative is part of government strategy to develop Grenada's productive sectors.
This training will focus on ensuring that all fishermen involved in the process will be able to maintain HACCP standards. And I know that many persons recalled that there was a fisheries training school during the PRG time. And while we will not bring back a full-fledged fisheries school, we try to ensure that we have continuous training for fishermen in different areas. And this fisheries training officer, Mr. Adrian Welsh, will coordinate that.
Our fish is the purest in the world. So if we have the raw ingredients, it's easy to make the end product.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Data reveals that rats and other rodents are responsible for the transmission of many diseases. In Grenada, the most common is leptospirosis, and it can cause your death. This disease is directly related to rats and mice infestation. Signs and symptoms of lepto, as it is commonly referred to, are high fever, headache, chills, muscle aches, vomiting, jaundice, and abdominal pain. If your home had or is infected with rats and you have any of these symptoms, please check with your doctor immediately. Declare war on rats. Starve them. Kill them. Rats are the most unwelcomed guests. Reduce, control, eliminate them. This is a message from the Ridge to Reef Project, protecting biodiversity and ecosystem functions.
Welcome back. Grenada's decision to retrofit and upgrade 10 emergency shelters has come in for high praise from the Canada Caribbean Disaster Risk Management Fund. The more than $200,000 EC project will result in selected shelters being outfitted with ramps and proper washroom facilities. The project will benefit the elderly and persons with disabilities.
I like this project because it's helping people who are normally not considered in our things. And we have this one here. We also have a similar project in Barbados where we are upgrading a Category 1 shelter to facilitate people who are in wheelchairs and stuff like that. I'm happy that SAS is going to get them some serious resources, but just don't think of just only ramps. There's some other stuff that's in there, and I'm sure the team, along with the PR person, as the project goes, will be highlighting what is going on.
Mr. John Wilson, consultant coordinator at the fund. He was speaking at Thursday's official launch of the Shelter Upgrade Project. Minister of State with responsibility for disaster management and information, Senator Winston Garwe, called for support from all in their efforts to ensure that Grenada is always prepared, including Carib Wave, which will be staged on March 15th.
As we build better,
as we reinforce our structures, as we cater for our vulnerable societies, we will be able to send a very resounding message, not just to Grenadians, but to the Canadians and others, that we need more help.
And finally, Grenadians are being encouraged to experience a nutritional therapy with the Fit for Life Gym as it launches its 40-day detox and weight loss challenge from February 19th to March 29th. This forms part of the gym's mandate to provide health coaching and nutritional therapy, which includes diet, rest, exercise, sleep, and stress relief. The challenge will provide information on superfoods and drinks that aid in detox and weight loss, meal preparation tips, healthy snack recipes, a grocery list, unlimited gym usage at the Fit for Life Health Club for 40 days, and access to aerobic classes. Former bodybuilder Rex Edwards explained that discipline in food consumption to avoid weight gain should start at an early age.
If a child gets into eating things that are not healthy when they are young, it tends to carry on throughout their lives. And by the time they realize the damage it has caused to them, then they've got a tremendous amount of work to do in order to rectify. So it's important as parents and guardians that we give the young ones guidelines.
At the end of the 40 days, participants will be awarded subsequently in 2 categories: individual winner and the company with the highest amount of weight loss.
You can say, okay, for this 40 days, I'm going to lose some pounds. I am going to lose some pounds. And that is something you must take up. I would encourage everyone who is listening now, to take up that challenge for the good and benefit of you, yourself, your children, and your family.
Now to recap the headlines, Parliamentary Elections Office says democracy will be maintained on Election Day. And that's the National Report. I'm Rakisha St. Louis.
The quality of the team we have put together for this current general elections is one of my proudest achievements. This Dream 15 is made up of achievers and successful people, and of members with a genuine grounding in their communities and inspired by the love they have for people. These are what set this team apart from the so-called alternative. Ours is one of continuity and renewal, and built with a determination to expand opportunities for youth and women. If elections are about choices, which they are, then the choice this election is clearer than in any previous poll. Love wins every time. Care wins every time. Competence wins every time. Performance beats old talk every time.
I've been catching my tail to get out, like in and out of my village, and Miss Palm passed on yesterday, and she promised me something. I'll get it done on the same day, and we can get it done this morning. Although you kind of handburg me right now, but still, I've been some patience at some feet. That I move the next time I want to go into my daily job.
I used to take my vehicle and come inside, end up sticking, have to get machine to pull it out of the road. When I reach out the road, definitely, I'll be thanking the person who pulled me out. And I see Miss Pamela coming yesterday and look at the road, and I'm feeling so happy today that I see progress continue, that she get a machine and come and help us in the area, fix the road. Definitely, I'm feeling so thankful.
I think the people of Tisha will be very happy with what happened in so far, because there are other potholes, and I think yesterday Sister Pam passed, and today we see some action. So we are very happy. I hope that a little better could be done in terms of concreting the road and food. Thank you so much.
Excuse me. What do you say? We can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Grenada. Can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Listen to me. So no matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see I know I have the victory. So I can't sit down. The place of fire down in my soul. And the Holy Ghost.
In spite of the many successes we've had, we still can't sit down. It is my determination to solve the difficult pension issue that has been a challenge for every successive government for 33 years. And to have a national health insurance policy system that will cover all Grenadians, ensuring we have all access to be the best quality health care going forward. This new National Party's government has dug this country out of a recession and put it back on a path to prosperity. We have ushered in a period of unity and inclusivity, and the Grenadian Renaissance is on. We are pleased, but not satisfied. And so together, sisters and brothers, we shall keep moving on.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Whatever I have done in office, I hope that I can help inspire the next generation of achievers. Having come from a humble family in Brazil, the son of a farmer and market vendor, this country has given me many awesome opportunities in life, a pathway created through education. That's why I want to speak to the next generation all over St. George's Northwest, and indeed the country as a whole. Life is not about where you started, but where you want to go. I'm determined, through this office I hold, to fight to create even more opportunities for you. But you also must have to want to grab them with both hands. These 2018 general elections are therefore about consolidating the gains and backing the fresh opportunities we shall create for the next generation. We shall not look back, nor stand still. Together we shall march forward. Together we shall keep moving.
The people of St. George Southeast, like the rest of the nation, have bounced back these past 5 years. We still remember the barren years of 2008 to 2013, when so many of our people lost their jobs, their homes, and their hopes. Together, we have dug ourselves from that deep hole, and we have lifted many people up. But it is a long, hard grind, and the job is not yet finished. So a vote for me in St. George Southeast is a charge from you to work harder, to consolidate the gains, and to be even more determined to fight, especially for those who are yet to be lifted by this rising tide. I am pleased to offer myself to return as your MP in St. George Southeast. Together, we shall keep moving.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. On March 13th, choose to keep Grenada moving forward. Mark an X next to the house. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
St. Andrews Southeast, I am Emmeline Pierre. I want to say a special thank you for your love and for your support over the past 5 years. Indeed, I am humbled by the opportunity that you gave me to serve you over those years, and I'm ready to serve you again. We have started a good thing together, and we have a lot more to achieve together. Together we would bring more benefits to our young people, more housing assistance to those who need it, more jobs to those who are unemployed, more support to our elderly, and of course more development to our constituency. So I'm counting on your support. Let us get ready to vote. Let us get ready to put Grenada first. Together we would continue what we have started together. Let's keep moving.
There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am honored to have answered the call for service. The people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique are dear to my heart. I have grown up in a time of expanded opportunities, showcased by the fact that I have had the fortune to study and become a professional. There are many young people who seek the opportunity that I have had, and I want to be a part of that movement that helps open up new doors. It is the aspiration of ordinary people that inspire this new journey of mine. As my generation rises up to service, you can surely count me in. I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am running for you, the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Keep moving!
I remember those days, not so long ago, that all I wanted was an opportunity. My family was poor, and there were times I didn't even have a pencil to go to school. The people of Paraclete, Moncton, and surrounding areas gave me that opportunity. These ordinary people raised me. It is this history that inspires my politics. Now, it's my turn to give the next generation even greater opportunities than I had. If I can make just one weak person strong, I will be doing God's will. What we did in the 5 years is just a little bit of what we can do in the future. My duty is to steer the course and to keep moving.
My involvement in politics was always motivated by a desire to see significant change. I am here to serve, and it does not matter in what capacity. And as I move through the constituency, I feel a sense of pride and satisfaction when people tell me, yes, I like what you are doing, I like the services you are providing for us, I like the fact that you are with us and you continue to support us. So therefore, being able to serve, being at the service of our people, I think is my greatest satisfaction. Because if I cannot serve the people, I have no place in politics. When I look at some of the conditions under which some people have to live, I feel a sense of compulsion to do more. That gives me the urge, hey, you have to do more.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about... It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. On March 13th, choose to keep Grenada moving forward. Mark an X next to the house. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
Let us have a real talk, St. John's. Let us understand the choice that faces us in this coming election. You can vote for me again, a proud member of a team that has consciously started rebuilding Grenada. Together, we have done the hard work and the opportunities have begun to come. So, you can go for the other guy who threatens to rip it all up and start a new experiment that none of us is sure about. The choices we face are not even close. We have made our sacrifice and now we must continue to build on our success. I'm proud to be on your team, and so St. John's, we are moving together.
South St. George is fast becoming the economic heartbeat of this nation. It is at the center of the housing and construction boom and unprecedented growth in education and tourism sectors. As our area rises, so does the nation. In the coming period, our challenge is to give character to this growth and to bring along the surrounding areas. So we shall improve the skill sets of people to take advantage of the coming jobs with my plan to cut unemployment in the South by 2/3. And we will extend housing assistance and give the many people who need it land tenure. More money will be made available for small business loans for people in such areas as Montoute, Grand Anse Valley, Woodlands, Woburn, Calais and Belmont. The people who are yet to be touched will get their chance. We are excited about tomorrow, and so today we shall keep moving.
And I have offered myself to be the next parliamentary representative for my people of St. Patrick's East. I see this as the next step in my life journey of service to people and my determination to give back to my community, a community that has always lifted me up. I am particularly passionate about issues affecting youth, and as your MP, will be championing policies and programs that will further empower our young people, as well as our adult male and females all across Grenada, but particularly in St. Patrick's East. I am pleased to have joined a team that has delivered for Grenada. But there is more work to be done, and so we shall keep moving.
It is an opportunity where I can be able to make a difference in the lives of many persons in the constituency and also Grenada as a whole. I am prepared to give of service to the people. My whole life has been one of service. So this is another opportunity where I can go out there to help improve the lives of people, the standard of living and the quality of life.
Skita is a young person and she has been given a wonderful opportunity to help shape lives in our country. She has been doing that within her school for the past 17 years.
I know her doing teaching and making great improvement in that school. Awards, trophies, you know, skits was behind this. Yes!
I am Yolande Bain Horsford, and right behind me here is my alma mater, St. Joseph Convent, the institution that I've attended for 5 years. Further back behind me is the Roman Catholic Church that I also attend. And on my left is the convent court that I played all the netball and the tennis throughout my 5 years at this institution. I am very proud of the partnerships I have formed with the people of St. Andrews Southwest these past 5 years. But I'm even more excited about the things we can still do together. We have begun solving the housing challenges and tackling youth unemployment. We have not only been building roads and houses, but more importantly, building communities and building lives. Many people have been given fresh opportunities, and even more shall be lifted up in the coming period. I am ready to take a fresh guard and to continue battling for ordinary people who deserve another chance. So let's keep moving.
I have been afforded the greatest honor to have been able to serve the people of St. Mark faithfully these past years. Every day I get up with the same enthusiasm to go to work for you. Today I still have that passion, and tomorrow I look forward to fighting for you again. We are happy to have made a difference in the lives of so many people. But we appreciate that it is a never-ending struggle. Whatever progress we have made, we shall never be satisfied. And that's why I am coming back to you for your support again. We have done a lot, but we still have more to do. Therefore, in St. Mark, we shall continue to keep moving.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. On March 13th, choose to keep Grenada moving forward. Mark an X next to the house. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
5 years ago, we started an incredible journey together. We dreamed and we strove to achieve. We are happy with the success we have had, but not content. The arch of progress is bending in the right direction in St. George Northeast, and many people have benefited. But there are still others that are yet to be lifted by the rising tide. We cannot leave those people behind, and so we continue to fight, and we continue to push on. I am Tobias Clement, and I'm running again to continue what we have started. Our dreams are too big, our ambitions too large for us to stop here. So let's keep moving.
There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
The new National Party has been good to St. David's, and more is coming. Youth unemployment has reduced drastically. Infrastructure has improved. The standard of living of people have improved over the years. Our focus is to ensure that all our people in St. David's improve in their way of life and standard of living, and we are giving hope to young people. It is a united team that can deliver such hope to people and such benefits. And therefore, this is not the time to take risk with the future. We must be committed to the present. And I say to you, let us all keep moving.
These past 5 years, ordinary people with extraordinary dreams for themselves and their families have continued to inspire me. In these close-knit communities along the shores of St. Andrews Southeast, people with their faith in their unshakable God have given me renewed hope that this partnership we have forged is worth building on. We have had successes together, but we are far from finished. A whole new generation is coming up, hoping for even more opportunities. We can't let them down. With God by our side, together we will achieve even more. So let's keep moving.
Learned quite a lot of lessons. I've learned the importance of being humbled. Yeah, that is critical. It has also been reinforced the importance of listening. You know, because in order to serve people, you have to know what it is that they want. You have to understand their needs. You have to listen to their needs. You have to question, and you know, you have to care. Fundamentally, you have to care about each and every person that you come into daily contact with.
The best part of the program has been learning songs.
So, St. Patrick's East, all of Grenada, support the new National Party. Let the progress continue. Let's keep moving.
Keep moving!
I believe that my life's journey as a sister and daughter, a community activist and educator has prepared me for the next chapter. As a young woman, I have always firmly believed that our generation can continue to build on the solid foundation already laid. My long association with the girls in the Junior Achievement Program has taught me a lot about national potential. This is not about where we have started. It's about how far we can go together. I am running so that I can stand up for you.
I know who God says I am, what He says I am, where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I'm working in power.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote competence.
Hi, I am Peter David. Since growing up in Asheville Avenue, hanging out on the Carnage and in Four Roads, building friendships, making memories in River Road, and fighting for the youth of Darbo. These are all reasons why this place will always be home. I've been around this town and this town has been with me. Ours is a relationship for a lifetime. Hi, I am Peter David. Since growing up in Asheville Avenue, hanging out on the Carnage and in Four Roads, building friendships, making memories in River Road, and fighting for the youth of Darbo. These are all reasons why this place will always be home. I've been around this town and this town has been with me. Ours is a relationship for a lifetime. You have called on me once again to represent you. With humility and a great sense of pride for my hometown, I accept the call. So count on me and count me in. It will be my honor to serve you. This is our town and our home, our moment to lift each other up. Together, let's take the town of St. George to the next level. Thank you for placing your confidence in me once again.
I worked in the public service for 30 years, and it's nothing compared to politics, where you have to represent your constituency and you have to represent your ministry. And this double role is very challenging because I have the largest constituency to deal with. And unless you love people and put people at the center of what you're doing, it becomes a monumental task. But I've found the challenge to be one that both rewarding, satisfying, and it's for the last 1.5 years, I've learned so much about people that I never thought I would learn.
My biggest success is the amount of students I got to go to university. In China, in Cuba, in SGU and TAMCC. I believe the only way to come out of poverty is through education. Because I was born in a very poor family, but because of education I'm here today, and I encourage all young people to pursue higher education. Let us all keep moving in Grenada.
What you want, and our team of the new National Party has what it takes to make your dreams into reality. And so, for 2018 and beyond, we are moving together. One of the most satisfying accomplishments of the last 5 years is how we in St. Patrick West have been able to bring people from different political parties in the interest of national development. This new National Party government has delivered and is continuing to deliver to our community. There's evidence of this everywhere, from the Breakwater project right here in Sates to the new technical wing at McDonald College and the soon-to-be-established Skills Training Center at Montreach. But most importantly, many people, especially our young people, have benefited from increased scholarships and training opportunities to improve on the human resource potential. This does not mean that we have achieved all that we have set out to achieve. Far from it. There is much more to be done. What our successes have done is whet our appetite to dream bigger and to aspire to achieve even more. You know what you want, and our team of the new National Party has what it takes to make your dreams into reality. And so, for 2018 and beyond, we are moving together.
Keep moving!
Why should I get weary? Tell me why should I? Why should I? Hey, no way. Lord, 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 the Lord is heavy. Oh, yeah. I'm moving on. Yes, I'm moving on. Lord, Lord. Oh, God. From the cradle to the grave, little by little, stage by stage. I never get weary. No, I never get weary. Sorrows and laughter, time of fear. Good and bad, I had my share. I never get weary. No, I never get weary.
I come from a very humble beginning. I know the importance of hard work and dedication and service to people. And so it is that characteristics that I believe that would be able to propel me in serving the people of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique. I am from a single parent family. My mother has been my #1 supporter, and she has always been there with me, for me, by my side. My desire to serve the people, of course, of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique, I believe is the ultimate sacrifice, and the opportunity has presented itself, of course, to assist my people, because I believe that the youth do have a place in politics, in nation building, and in governance. And so it is my youth that I will use to ensure that the youth of this nation are well represented.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choices. On March 13th, choose to keep Grenada moving forward. Mark an X next to the house. Vote competence. Vote NNP.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.